happening.
So the NBA has some major accolades and some major awards, right, Morris? They have the MVP. They have first team All NBA. They even have an individual award for the best defender in the NBA, aside from all defensive teams. They have a rookie of the year and they have all rookie teams. But the one thing that they don't have is an award that's catered strictly to the best offensive force, if you will, in the NBA. Now, the NFL, they have an MVP. They have a defensive player of the year. And then they have an offensive player of the year as well. We don't have that in the NBA. And LeBron James, on his podcast, proposed the idea that the NBA should consider an offensive player of the year award. And so, fellas, how do you guys feel about the NBA incorporating an award that is strictly dedicated to the person who produces the most on the offensive end or is the most spectacular on the offensive end?
They already have it, Ron. That's what the MVP is, and that's what the MVP uses. That's what the MVP more like most of the time has always been. That's what the MVP is. But I agree with Brian. I think it's cool. I think what Brian is trying to do is trying to open up people's eyes that there are more things than just scoring the ball, and that maybe they should just split up the award. So I'm with Brian on this, but I mean they already got one though. The MVP is the offensive player of the world.
That's not what the MVP is.
That's what it is.
I think that's fair. That's not what the MVP's been.
Has the best offensive player in the game not been the league MVP before?
No. I mean, it's happened, but that's not what the award is, right? So I was having a debate.
That's not what it's supposed to be, but that's what it is. Like more often than not, that's what it is. But I hear you.
It's the narrative award, right? That's really what it is. We were having a debate the other night, 3 a.m. Woke up, saw my phone. There was a live going on, so I jumped on. We're having a debate about whether Michael Jordan should have won the MVP in '97 over number 32, right? And everything about their production was relatively even. The difference was Malone had a 9-game win jump from the previous year, and Jordan had a 3-game dip. What does that have to do with who the best player was? At no point were the Jazz a better team with Malone than they would have been with Jordan. But he won the award. That's the narrative award. That's not the best offensive player. Because if the best offensive player award, it would have gone to Jordan, right?
If it was the best offensive player, because he was the best scorer in the game. I mean, was he the best offensive player? We was having a conversation about Scottie Pippen being the best all-around player in the game.
All around, but not offensive.
Well, offensive too, 100% offensive. Jordan was a better scorer than Scottie Pippen. I'm not going to argue that point at all. But when we talk about as an offensive player overall, I mean, Scottie Pippen was 100% in that conversation as the best offensive player in the game. Jordan was a better scorer. I'm not going to argue that point. But back to your point about the Bulls. Winning 3 less games, which is kind of interesting because I thought they got it wrong too. I thought 97 Jordan should have won the league MVP, and I thought 98 Malone should have won it. I thought that they got the years wrong because we forget, even though they lost, they won 3 less games that year. I mean, the Bulls won 69 games that year. It's not like the Bulls won 62. They won almost 70 games that year.
But they slipped, Joe.
Yeah, they did slip, right? But from 72 to 69 is I mean, I don't think that's substantial. But considering what Malone did with that Jazz team, and Jordan had just won it the year before, I don't think it's a narrative more than I think they got it wrong. I do.
Okay.
Well, when you got see, that's one thing. When you got I'll keep it a little more recent. You know, when you got Steph and James Harden winning MVPs over Bron and Kawhi, when you got Jokic winning MVPs over Giannis, I think it shows that the offense is what's driving the award. Not to say that those guys aren't amazing basketball players. You know what I mean? I think we all can agree that they are. But if it was more about the all-around basketball game, I think Bron and Kawhi are in those 16, 17, 18, 19 years. I think they're the ones that get those awards. Also, I know it's hard to talk about Jokic like that nowadays, but he wouldn't get those MVPs over Giannis if it was about just all around basketball as opposed to offense. You know what I'm saying? So I think the proof
I
is
just
in
don't
the
like
pudding.
the narrative thing. The narrative thing is what bothers me. Even though that is part of it, I just don't like the narrative thing because it's taken away from what I'm actually producing on the court. So, for example, when Russ, the whole triple-double thing, when Russ won the league MVP in 27, the narrative was, nobody had averaged a triple-double in over 50 years. They're completely leaving out how important Russ was to that group and what Russ had done for that Oklahoma City team and how much worse they were when they didn't have Russ. That's what a league MVP is. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the league MVP is the best player in the game. I'm not going to argue that point. But the narrative that Russ just averaged a triple-double, that's why we got to give him the league MVP, and completely leaving out how important he was to that group and what they were without him. I'm not a fan of giving the league MVP to a guy that's on a team that was in 6th place. I'm not going to argue that point because winning does matter when we talk about the league MVP. However, I don't like the narrative part and taking away from how good Russ was for that team and how important he was for them winning.
Chill. It's only a narrative if your guy doesn't win it. I'm tired of hearing this narrative shit. You guys want to bring up, you guys always bring the narrative shit into it like that doesn't matter. If your guy wins it, it's not a narrative. It's perfect. It was written for him. He was destined for it. He deserved it. If somebody else wins it, then you guys want to call it a narrative. Like, these details don't all go into factor when we talk about an MVP award. Your team has to win. That goes into it. It's not a narrative. The more your team wins, the more of a likelihood that it is that you will win MVP. The more you score, the more of a likelihood it is that you win MVP. The more assists, the more rebounds, the more VORP, BPM, whatever you want to throw in there. The higher that is, the more of a chance that you get it. It's not no narrative. The narrative is you are balling so much that people talk about you more. So just because people talk about you more, it's a narrative now?
Ron, we can't. Yes, Ron, 100%. So are you going to sit there and tell me that it doesn't matter that we've had Luka winning the league MVP for the last 4 years, and the fact that this year, let's just say for the sake of argument, that the Lakers end up with a top 3 seed and Luka's averaging 32, 8 and 8, something crazy like that. The fact that we've had him as the league MVP over the last 3 or 4 years, and the Lakers have been winning this season, that's going to factor in. But it's going to take away from how good he is.
Chill.
But it is going to factor in. We're not going to act like people aren't talking. Okay, it's finally here. Luka's winning the league MVP. That does factor in, Ron. We can't act like that's.
Did Luka deserve league MVP any of these last years?
Yeah.
What year?
The year they went to the championship, and I think the year before. I think the year. No, I think it was the year
he
before.
outplayed Leo.
But one of those
he went 34. What was the year? I think it was
20 last year.
To Ox's point.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was last year.
Not this season. No, not this season that just passed. No, the year
before.
No.
2 seasons ago.
The one before that, I had Luka.
He didn't outplay Jokic, and they didn't outplay the Nuggets had the second best record in the NBA.
Yeah.
And Jokic averaged a triple-double. He didn't outplay him individually, and his team didn't win more. They went further in the playoffs. And so when you talk about narrative, that's the narrative. He didn't outplay him, and his team wasn't better.
No, that's not a narrative, Ron. That's a fact.
Well, Jokic didn't average a triple-double.
Well, I mean,
wait, 23 was the year that they missed it.
He didn't average a triple-double.
They missed it, and in 24 they was in the finals.
Right, 24 was definitely 24. Yes, Luka had. Now I'm not saying he was the MVP because there's so many guys playing at a high level. Jokic obviously included. So I can't just say no. That was Luka's MVP. But that year, if Luka would have won MVP, I don't think any of us up here would have made a big fuss about it. I know I wouldn't have. Because I understand what MVP is. You know what I'm saying?
Luka averaged 34, 9, and 10 pretty much.
That's damn near triple-double, Ron.
You talking about like Joker didn't outplay him. Like Joker outplayed him. What are you talking about, Ron? He averaged almost 35, 10, and 10.
Okay,
and
Joker averaged.
And the Nuggets won 7 more games, yes.
And Joker averaged
they won more
27,
games. When it matters.
27, 12, and 9.
Aren't they both had great seasons, Ron? It's like I'm not saying Jokic didn't deserve the MVP. You simply
and then we could get into percentages and all of that. Not for sure, but
right.
Not okay. Luka definitely had action, but I'm saying
Yo,
When my
last
team
year,
has the second best record in the league, and I'm doing what I'm doing. Come on.
Should Devin Booker have won the league MVP in 21, Ron? When 22, when he averaged, when he led them in scoring? Because that's the argument that you're making for Joker right now.
No,
he should have got some consideration. Devin Booker was playing.
Yes, winning
amazing
matters, Ron. Winning
I don't know if
100%
no,
matters.
but he
but
played
it's not
winning
league
amazing
MVP.
that year.
Winning
it's
matters.
not winning in isolation though. Like look at last year. The Spurs won 34 games, right? And the Thunder won 68 games. So let's say we go into this year and the Thunder win 69 games. That's not nothing new, right? The champions. They're a great team.
We're not
Hopefully,
going to knock him for not.
Okay,
winning.
cool. But let's just say the defending MVP goes out next year, puts up better numbers, gets better. So he's better than he was when he was an MVP. Let's say Jokic, who won 50 games last year, now he has a better supporting cast. He wins 52, 53 games. And he has an even better season than he had last year. And a lot of people felt that was the best year of his career. Those two guys should be the MVP award winner, front runners, right? But if the Spurs, who won 34 games last year, win 52 games because they finally healthy, Wemby's going to be the MVP. Wemby is going to be the guy that people are going
to give them the most improved or something. I can't.
But that's the award.
Unless Wemby, which is possible, unless Wemby is playing better than them, then I don't care if his team won more games relative to last year than they did this year. That's not how the award's supposed. That's not how it's supposed to be.
It's not how it's supposed to work, but that's how it works. Because then explain to me how Steve Nash won. The argument for Steve Nash was this is the greatest improvement.
For Steve Nash, because I don't think he should have won it, right? But that's what I'm saying. Are we talking about most improved? Are we talking about most improved? Or are we talking about MVP? Like just because that means what that means, Pin. What that means, Pin, is that not only was I more important this year, but I was clearly more important last year. I'm just consistent with my shit. I just didn't get way better from last year.
But you're old news.
I've been nice.
But you're old news, you know what I mean? You won 68 games, now you won 69.
I'm an old news MVP. Call it what you want. Like that's what you're trying to do, Pin. What you're trying to do, Pin, is narratives.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to tell you that's how it works.
Narrative is, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like I think they just need to do a better job with the accolades, because this is the reason why, to Marshall's point, that we gotta stop putting so much emphasis on these accolades, because the voting system is flawed. The voting criteria is flawed. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we talk about things like voter fatigue makes it even more flawed. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm with Brian. I think we need to go ahead and just make it an offensive MVP, and then just a better overall. Give these guys more awards, whatever. But let's get a little more honed in on the criteria, though. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think we should get away from the criteria and just go straight to the analytics.
However,
it would be a lot more accurate.
No,
it would be a lot more accurate.
No, you wouldn't be. The reason why you wouldn't be is because now we're taking away from how good players are, and now we're just going to analytics.
Hold on, chill.
Maybe
analytics are better.
Well, no, the same argument you use for why the accolades are a product of what you produce. The analytics are a product of what the players produce on the court. They don't just magically appear. So it's the same argument for you. It's the exact same.
Chill. I'll give you the
No,
MVPs.
it's not, Mars.
It is the exact same thing. The numbers don't just appear.
Chill.
They are a byproduct of what you produce. It's the exact same argument you make for the accolades.
Chill. You are a basketball encyclopedia, right? You remember the MVPs for the last 25, 30 years, right? I'm going to list out the MVPs per this one analytic. I'm not going to tell you which analytic it is, but it is the league leader in this particular analytic. And you tell me if this was a better job if we had gone with this as opposed to the voters. Okay. This is good. Okay. 96, Michael Jordan. 97, Michael Jordan. 98, Malone. Next year, Malone. Next year, Shaq. Next year, Vince Carter. Next year, Tim Duncan. Next year, Tracy McGrady. Then Kevin Garnett, back to back. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 LeBron James in a row. Then Kevin Durant. Then James Harden. Then Steph Curry. Then Russell Westbrook. LeBron James again. James Harden.
What year?
Oh, sorry.
We're at like 2018.
17, 18, LeBron James. 18, 19, James Harden. 19, 20, James Harden. And then 5 straight Jokic. I'm using value replacement. Is that worse? Is that worse? You get no Steve Nash. You get no Steve Nash. Vince Carter led the league in VORP.
I know, obviously. I'm saying,
yeah.
Like,
that was, but like, that was the only one where it's like, damn.
No.
And like those first
Vince
LeBrons.
Carter 01 more damn than
tripping.
Derrick Rose or Steve Nash?
Crazy.
No, it's
The
not.
reason he led in VORP is because he played one more game than Shaq. But like, yeah, go ahead, make it the VORP award if you want.
I'm not tripping off Vince Carter. It just threw me off for these said Vince. I was like, whoa.
They were a good team. They would have been a terrible team without him. He had the best year of his career, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Carter was a baller, bro. I have no
and the league was absolutely depleted in terms of talent in 2001. So
is that what we're doing? No. So we're going with the league leader. So just so we clear, Penn, if I'm not mistaken, over the last 25 years of all those MVPs that you mentioned, I think 3 of them didn't finish in the top 3 in the league, or top 5 in the league in VORP. 3 of those guys, league MVPs. So with that being said, just because I didn't lead the league in VORP, that doesn't mean that I wasn't just as valuable as other guys, which means that now we got to add in other things. And to Mars's point, we talk about analytics. Now that goes against your theory, because if we're going with analytics, then now analytics don't like a lot of players, Kobe Bryant in particular. So now Kobe Bryant becomes one of those guys that we talk about like, yeah, maybe you weren't that good if you look at the analytics. Well, wait a minute. I watched this guy play, and he's a lot better than the analytics, quote unquote, show. So that's where that gets tricky when we talk about the analytics. But let's also
people do the same thing about him only having 1 MVP anyway.
But
Kobe only has 1 MVP. He's not that good. They do the same thing
as
with
a
the media.
As a basketball historian who has LeBron James as the greatest player of all time, who has, I'm assuming, Michael Jordan in your top 3. Doesn't it feel more correct to say Michael Jordan is a 9-time MVP? Doesn't it feel more correct to say LeBron James is an 8-time MVP? The voter fatigue cuts these guys' accolades short, and that's what I'm saying. Maybe nobody wants to give LeBron 7 straight, but he deserved it. He deserved 7 straight. That's what I'm saying. Like, you still get guys like Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Harden getting MVPs. You still get most of the guys who were, in your opinion, great players getting MVPs. Kevin Garnett still got his. The one guy who kind of gets robbed, Tim Duncan. Why? Didn't play enough.
That's unnecessary. We're not going to rob Tim Duncan. But real quick,
how do you decide the MVPs
what years were
VORP existed?
Oh,
go ahead.
How do you decide MVPs before VORP existed? Well, it was by wins, like how these guys teams were winning and how effective they were while their teams were winning. I mean, VORP became an advanced stat, and like, how am I adding this to when this guy is off the floor? How good is this team? Like, we never really thought about like how good is the Bulls when Jordan is off the floor? How good because I'm confident that Philly was not good when Barkley was off the floor. They weren't at all, right? So if we're going to add that into it, I mean, I feel like we have to have a set criteria. What I mean when I say a set criteria,
is quite set.
It is,
right. But here's the downside to the VORP.
Mars. First off, you stop being nasty.
I don't care about these awards. I don't care. However it gets decided, it's not going to change my opinion.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a VORP.
MVPs. I don't care.
But wait,
it's not going to be on VORP.
At least if it was decided on VORP, at least each season what the criteria is. I don't care about the award in general. As long as the criteria is consistent, make the award box plus minus award. I don't care. Make it whoever leads in points per game.
Ron, that's fair.
Criteria is consistent. I don't care. Like right now, it's just however you feel based on the season.
From our standpoint, that's more than fair, Ron, because at least you get consistency.
You know, it's decided on VORP though, Ox.
It's not. No, it's not. Though. It's not.
Just because.
I heard you saying like that's a part of it, and it's not. It might not. We might not call it VORP. You know what I'm saying? And that might be a part of it. That's facts. 100% is a part of it. My only thing is, Penn, and forgive me, I'm a little slow, but you when you start reeling off the names and you kind of stop telling the year, and so it threw me off. I was curious. I'm just curious to know what were those Bron years.
Okay, cool. This is important. In 05-06, according to VORP, LeBron James should have started winning MVPs. So who won in 05-06?
05 and 06?
No, he definitely could have won in 05-06.
Hold on.
LeBron definitely had a strong case.
Let me cross-reference the guy who should have won it according to VORP and the guy who actually won it, and you tell me if VORP is right or if the voters were right. 05-06, LeBron should have won it. Steve Nash won it.
They're both wrong.
Well, yeah, but LeBron should have won it over Steve Nash.
Okay.
Well, is it fair?
I mean, we're not going to be perfect, but can we say one is more accurate than the other? 06, 07, Dirk Nowitzki won it. LeBron James should have won it.
According to VORP.
Yep.
I disagree with both of them. So.
I think
who's more correct?
I think they're both wrong once again, but I think Dirk over Bron is fine.
Okay, 07, 08, Kobe won it. LeBron should have won it again. So now we are at LeBron James getting robbed 3 VORP MVPs. And
I don't think Bron got robbed in any of those.
You're saying robbed. We're just saying
cool.
VORP says he should have won.
In 08, 09, and 09, 010, VORP and the voters agreed. LeBron won back-to-back MVPs.
I think
in 2010, 2011, we got a Derrick Rose MVP to break apart what would have been 8 straight LeBron MVPs. So 10, 11.
Not what would have been. What would have been 3 straight LeBron MVPs.
4, 5, we agree with 09, 10, and I think 11 is fine for LeBron. I don't agree with 08,
how many games did D-Wade play on 09?
Pin.
He played 81 games.
So you think Bron should have won 8 straight MVPs? At this point, 5.
I think D-Wade got right.
Honestly, I think he should have won 6 of those. And you probably could have given 1 to Kobe and 1 to Dirk.
So hold on, wait. So let's start in 05, 06. We should start in 04, 05, but I will not be bothered.
Go ahead, Kevin Garnett.
All right, no. I want to know your MVPs from when LeBron should have won his first MVP and reel it off to when he should have won his last. And if there's somebody else in between there, say who should have won it.
Okay. 05, 06, LeBron should have won. Yeah,
that's one.
06, 07, give it to Dirk.
Okay.
07, 08, give it to Kobe. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, LeBron. 5 straight.
That's 5 MVPs.
5 straight MVPs. So 6 MVPs total.
I don't hate that. Those years.
There you go.
I don't hate that. I think D Rose did his thing. And then 4 was because 14 was KD.
Yep.
14 once again, I think 09 was a coin flip year. I'll go either way. But I'm not mad at it. Though,
and you know what's funny?
I disagree with a lot of them, but I'm not mad at it. Like I don't think VORP is far off. It's obviously it's a good enough analytic to where it's going to be on pace. But I just don't think I don't think we can go off of
in 13-14. Kevin Durant won the VORP MVP and the real MVP. So they were in cahoots on that one. But in the VORP thing, Steph Curry gets moved from 2 MVPs to 1. Russ actually won the VORP MVP and the actual MVP in 16-17. I don't think y'all realizing how closely voters pay attention to this specific analytic. It's called the MVP analytic for a reason, because it factors in one thing that a lot of voters like. What is the MVP? We're looking at floor raising. We're looking at impact. We're looking at efficiency. VORP factors all of that. And we're also looking at how many games you played. And VORP absolutely factors that in. If you played 81 games at all NBA level, VORP is going to be higher than 60.
You say VORP. VORP impacts that. I'm not going to argue that point. But is it fair when a guy doesn't have somebody playing behind him who is as substantial as somebody else?
That's
so we need him more.
That's not how VORP works.
So value.
It's not your actual.
No. It's not
theoretical replacement.
Yes. So this is a mistake that has been made many times when this stat comes up. It is not who you are replaced by, as in like Ivica Zubac is not being impacted by Brook Lopez because he's his backup center. No, it formulates what is considered a hypothetical replacement player, which is to say the average player.
So it could be anybody. So it's not necessarily like
no.
It's not anyone. It's just the average player's VORP, let's say, is 0. Let's say it's paying your value over 0. That's all it is. That's it. It's not your value over
a specific player.
Yeah, it's just your value over 0.
So it aggregates all the players that play every minute throughout a year, and it calculates the exact median player. So whatever it is that the average player is considered a replacement player. Now, you can be below that, and a lot of players are. A lot of rookies are giving you negative VORP. You can be well above that, and that's what MVPs are. So really, that's what we're trying to calculate. When we're looking at an MVP award, we're saying most valuable. Well, yeah, valuable relative to what? Valuable relative to the people you're playing against, valuable relative to the players that you're competing against. So that's what value is. Value of a replacement.
I think that's a little bit of a flaw too, though, because honestly, my backup affects me. You know what I'm saying? So whether like if my backup is better or worse, that affects me. And so if we're doing VORP based on a fiction of a fake replacement, I might not be getting all the credit I deserve because maybe my actual replacement is a lot worse than just that zero that you're giving me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little flawed right there.
Is it fair? Like when Rudy comes off the floor, but Naz Reid comes on the floor, and the Minnesota defense takes a dip, but their offense gets better, which means they score more points and they win.
No.
Does that affect Rudy's VORP?
No.
I want credit. No, I want credit for covering for a super weak nigga. I want extra credit for that.
But why? Because you see that's the thing. Like the whole point is to scale.
I'm saying, that's not funny, Ron. I'm serious. Like,
the whole thing is to scale things down to even. Right?
If my backup is garbage and your backup is all right, right. I need some extra love on my board.
Well, the point here is that when you're calculating this analytic, everybody has the same backup in that sense. I understand what you're saying, which is to say I should get credit because my backup sucks. But your time on the court and what you do on the court has nothing to do with your backup. See my point?
Yes.
You might have to play more minutes, which actually impacts your VORP well, because if your backup is totally trash, you're probably going to play a few more minutes. That actually impacts your VORP in a positive way. If you're a positive player and you play more minutes, your VORP goes up. If you're a negative player and you play more minutes, your VORP goes down. So specifically, you're going to see the lowest VORP in the league is probably going to be a really high lottery pick who sucks, who gets a lot of unearned opportunity. Guys like Keontae George, guys like that, early on,
What happens when, to your point, Ron, okay, so we have an offensive player of the year, right? In addition to the league MVP, in addition to the defensive player of the year, what happens when we have the league MVP, the offensive player of the year, and the defensive player of the year are all the same guy?
That's a hat trick.
What's wrong with that?
That's what they call a hat trick.
Well, my question
in the past 5 years, is that how you think that's happened to you? That would happen in the past 5 years?
No.
Oh, well, no, because Jokic, right, no, but
Jokic wasn't a better.
Hold on.
Jokic was a better offensive player than Giannis.
You're muted, Ron. But no.
Well, I'm saying because the DPOY.
Yeah,
Jokic was a better offensive player than Giannis in 2020. But I mean,
in 2020?
Yes.
Jokic was better.
LeBron was better. I wouldn't go to Jokic.
Or James too. Or James.
James Harden was also a better offensive player.
Could I make I can make the argument that in the 2012-2013 season, James was the best. He was the league MVP. He was the best offensive and he was the best defensive player in the game.
He didn't win defensive player of the year though. Like he just didn't win it. So
right, he didn't win it, but I can make the argument that he was the best defensive player in the game that year, even though he didn't.
Yeah, but you said it was who wins the awards. That's what you said. What if they win all three? LeBron didn't even win the two, so he wouldn't be eligible.
He didn't even win the one.
Yeah, the only ones you could go to would be MJ, Hakeem, and Giannis. And Giannis definitely wasn't the best offensive player in the league. I don't think Hakeem was the best offensive player in the league. MJ has the best.
1994.
So I don't think Hakeem was the best offensive player. But MJ has the best. MJ would have won it unless you think Magic was a better offensive player. But MJ would have.
I could see Magic sneaking in.
But Hakeem has a case. Yeah,
who was the best offensive player in 1994? Who was a better offensive player than Olajuwon in '94? I don't think it was David Robinson. Jordan was gone.
You know,
I don't think it was Malone. I don't think it was Barkley.
Joe, you're gonna hate more. Hakeem would have 0 MVPs. David Robinson would have won that MVP.
This is what I'm saying, because Mars basically shoots down every fucking thing that I say. But anyway, what I'm thinking.
You asked the question if someone won all three, and I said that no one would. That's what I said.
Okay, in theory, right? In theory, so James, for all intents and purposes, we all thought he should have won the Defensive Player of the Year that year, because there's plenty of us who did. I didn't say. I don't say you. No, I don't mean.
You said we all. That's what I was asking. Okay.
We all, like people who were. Okay, people during that time, we all thought that James was the Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
So with James being the Defensive Player of the Year and him being the league MVP, just like there's guys who we all thought were the league MVP and somebody else won it. That doesn't change your logic that this other guy won it. So with James winning the defensive player of the year that year, I thought he was the best defensive player in the game. With him winning the league MVP, would he had won the offensive player of the year that year? Because I think that he was the best offensive player.
Yes,
How are we talking about these guys if we got the trifecta? Is that the best player in the game?
Without a doubt. But chill, you also got to. So let me just to answer your question. If you get all three, you are unanimously the best player in the game. But more than likely, if you get two of them, you're probably the best player in the game. But you got to look at the guys that you named that even had an opportunity to do that. These guys are up here. Like,
Jordan 88. Jordan 88 won Defensive Player of the Year, right?
I thought he had a better year.
And he won MVP.
Was better.
Yeah. I think he would have won Offensive Player of the Year. And oh, by the way, he would have won the VORP MVP as well.
Okay, stop right there. Was he the
Unless
best
maybe they thought Magic was better. I don't know.
I thought it was Bird, to be honest with you. In 89 and 88.
80, how much did Jordan average in 88?
35.
One more time for the people that cheap seats. Okay, come on, chill. Like,
no, whoa. Stop right there, Ron. Why we sitting there talking like Bird wasn't 30? He wasn't 30 and 10 on 50, 40, 90 that year.
Not for sure. And here's the thing. And this is why I do think they should incorporate an offensive player of the year. Because more than likely, and I think this would be a little more clear cut, more than likely it's going to be the person that led the league in scoring, or the person that, like how Bird did, they did it like 30 on crazy efficiency. Also, too, even with Magic Johnson in there, I think the person that leads the league in assists and averages a crazy double, like Magic Johnson.
Is that what we do?
Need I say Trae Young? Like people, Steve Nash, people like that. I think that they'll have some action in it too. But I think it'd be like high scoring averages or high assist averages. I think those are more so be the people. I'm saying that to say Jordan at 35. I don't think anybody combats that. Just like James Harden's 37 year, just like Kobe's 35 year. When we're talking about just offensive player of the year, not MVP, just offensive player of the year, you average something like that. I don't think.
But see, Ron, that's the thing, though.
You could debate that.
One, is that the same thing we do with the clutch player of the year, the guy who scores the most buckets at the end of games, right? Not even out. Who did win the clutch player of the year? Wasn't it Brunson?
Yeah. Brunson. And he scored the most in the clutch, didn't he?
I think it was Brunson. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, is that when we're talking about these awards, like Ron, when you just mentioned it, when we're talking about the offensive player of the year, is it just buckets? Like, how many times does a guy come up with a big steal at the end of a game, a big rebound, a big stop at the end of a game? That's clutch. That's big time to come up with stuff like that, right? So if I'm just 35 a game, to your point, Ron, okay, I'm 35 a game. Is that all that this is about? Is it not about me coming up with, a big pass or an offensive rebound, stuff like that in terms of being an offensive player? Because I think that it's more to just being a bucket getter. Because if we're doing that, I mean, by show of hands, how many people think Kevin Durant's the best scorer in the game? By show of hands.
Right now?
Today. Or just in general? Today,
okay,
no,
so,
I think it's
so maybe not today. Let's run down from, let's say, 2013 to 2020. How many of you think KD's the best scorer in the game? Okay, so is that the best offensive player in the game for 7 straight years?
Well, no, because I think James Harden had better scoring seasons, like 2019,
is more than scoring,
etc.
That's what I'm saying, Penn. That's exactly what I mean. I think that when we're talking about being an offensive player, I think that it goes way deeper than you just being a bucket getter. But the fact that we have guys who are such profound bucket getters, and that's the space that we live in today, that I think that that's perpetuated more than all of that other stuff. And I think that goes, I mean, it takes away from how good guys are as offensive players.
What's the
MJ
most
was just
important?
a better offensive player than Larry Bird.
Yeah, like.
But what's the most important?
Sorry,
maybe just a better offensive player than Scottie Pippen. Like, he just was better than them. Like, Larry Bird is at least closer. Scottie Pippen, like, no.
I think
like,
the buckets
nice he could pass, but
the buckets are the buckets with Jordan and Scottie Pippen are clearly the separator. I'm not going to argue that point. But I think the passing, I think his ability to pass, I think that those two things aren't that far apart.
Joe, you've seen a team defend better than another team and still lose a basketball game?
I have seen that, yes.
In your, I'm assuming 40 plus years of watching the league, have you ever seen a team score more points and lose a game?
That's not the way that works. No.
So yeah, that's the most important thing. It's always going to be the most important thing. And I think it is intangible.
Well, we can't
like
but
the
his-
scoring is intangible.
I think that's flawed logic, but
It
I don't
100%
think
flawed
that's flawed logic at all. If you score efficiently
I'd
and you
hope.
score high volume and you score in dynamic
Yeah.
ways and you draw double teams and triple teams consistently and you're able to score out of those positions, or even if you're making the pass out of the pass. So if you're doing the hockey assisting, even if what you're doing is completely distorting the floor balance, which allows favorable offensive rebounding positioning for your team, I think your gravity as a scorer has to be the most important thing that we look at as you as a
now
basketball
you
player.
added a bunch of things you didn't just say.
I was just
I
about to say
agree
that.
with
So that
that.
sounded to
You
me like
never said that's not what
Yeah.
you said the first time. You said a team that's outscored the other team has never lost. That's why scoring is the most important thing. That's what we called flawed. Then you started adding all that extra context that you never said in the
gravity and
first
stuff
place.
like that.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
that's not
okay,
really-
I
that's
agree
not-
with that.
we were
part you just said,
contrasting it
but
to
that's
the
not what you
defense.
just said.
But we
That's
were
not what you just
contrasting it to
said.
the defense. That's what my point
So-
was
so-
saying
so-
scoring is
we're
more
talking about
important. You agree
individuals,
scoring is more
In-
important than defense?
For individuals, yes. I think. Well, I think.
Okay,
offense
cool.
is
So
more
so
scoring,
we're not in
I don't know.
disagreement.
No, I'm in disagreement with what you said, that because teams that outscore the other team always win, individual scoring is more important than defense. What's important is how you help your team score. An individual scoring a bunch of points doesn't mean you're going to win the game. Your team has to outscore the other team. So if
'cause
you
we've
help
seen
your
plenty of
team,
bucket getters in it,
if
let's
you
say.
help your
We've
team
seen
score
that.
more points, yes. But that's
Okay.
why I said what you said was flawed logic, because you just said, well, the team that scores more wins, so scoring more points is more important.
But
I
you've
think that's
certainly
flawed. That's
noticed
what I
a
said.
propensity for great scorers who are efficient scorers. I'm not just talking volume on low efficiency. Shout
Yeah.
outs to Jalen Green. I'm talking about high volume, high efficiency. Have you noticed a tendency for those players to consistently be on pretty damn good offensive teams?
Penn, did you think Curry was a better offensive player than
I
Kevin
mean,
Durant?
my
Than
pushback
Kevin
would be
Durant?
Zach
No,
LaVine.
I do
Yeah,
not.
My pushback would be Zach LaVine. But like, yeah, I think there's a correlation between being a uber efficient high volume scorer and being a good impactful player. Yes,
Sure.
but that doesn't just mean that scoring is the most important thing. I don't think that's always the case. I think the gravity from your scoring, which is the second point you made, yes, because that's about how you impact the whole game. Just scoring by itself, no, I think that was flawed logic. That's it. But I do agree with the second part you said. So once you explained it, I'm more so on your side. But the first
Fair
thing you said,
enough.
I disagree. That's it.
And to
But
your
that-
point, Penn,
No, I was just
Bro,
gonna say right
look-
quick, chill. That's why I said more than likely the person that leads the league in scoring would probably get offensive player of the year, which I don't
But
really
you
like
want-
because we already have a scoring title for that.
yeah,
But-
man.
But
I think
I mean
that's why we
that's just how
Bro,
it
to
goes,
your
though,
point,
chill.
But no, it shouldn't though. That's why we have to have some parameters, and that's why we have to have a criteria for what is the offensive player of the year. What exactly makes you the offensive player of the year? What makes you the clutch player of the year? What makes you the league MVP? Well, the one thing that we've always recognized when it comes to the league MVP, winning matters. We've already established that winning does matter. With the exception of Russ and with the exception of Joker, winning has always mattered when it comes to the league MVP. On top of winning, how productive are you as an individual? How productive are you, and how instrumental are you for your team to win? Like you dudes talk to me about James in 2008. I don't think Dwayne Wade has a case over LeBron James in 2008, 2009 as the league MVP. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think he has a case. And I'm probably in the minority, but I don't think he has a case. When I think about the offensive player of the year, Ron, what's the criteria? Is it just buckets? How important are you? What does your offense look like as a unit? Not only what does your offense look like, how do you impact everybody else on the offensive end? What does your offense look like when you're off the floor? These are the things that I'm talking about when I think about the best offensive player. Because we do the same thing with the defensive player of the year. When Wemby is off the floor, what happens to the San Antonio defense, Marlon, when Wemby is off the floor, right? What happens to the What happens to the San Antonio defense when Wemby is on the floor? How does Wemby impact the game at the rim? Like that, I just think, and I don't want to sound like I'm rambling or anything like that, but these are the things that I'm thinking about when I think about the offensive player of the year. We have to get a criteria, because otherwise we got guys like Ox, like, yo, this shit is a sham because we don't know what we're doing. We don't even know what we're voting on. That's the problem.
Well, if we're making that, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you wasn't finished. My fault. I'll go.
What I'm saying, Miles, is that we're just giving it to people, and we're giving it to people on narrative. We're giving it to people because we don't want to give it to this guy again for the third straight year. We're giving it to people because we don't want to give it to this guy because it doesn't make sense that he won it. It's stuff like that. But I think that if we had a criteria and we had set standards, this is what it is. Even though people are going to argue it, Mars. Let's be clear about that, because we're not all going to be in agreement of everything, right? But if we had, I feel like if we had a standard, like unilaterally, we can come to an agreement.
We don't disagree on scoring titles ever. We don't disagree on block leaders ever, because there's no subjectivity to something that is objectively true, right? So the MVP is consistently debated because the criteria is always moving. This year, I want to give credit to this guy because he won 30 more games than he did last year. This year, I want to give credit to this guy for, popularizing the game in another continent. This year, I want to give credit to this guy for, I don't know, like coming back from an injury. Or this year, I don't want to give credit to this guy because I don't want to give him 4 straight MVPs. I don't know what that means for him, or 3 straight MVPs. I don't want to do that with Jokic. Like, they don't want to give him three straight MVPs because look at the class he would enter. It's too soon. What the hell does that have to do with the year that he just had?
But I do think for the offensive MVP, I think it'd be a lot more clear cut. I assume that we can all agree that they're not going to factor in wins. It's strictly going to be offensive production. It's not going to be a bunch of other narratives and stuff like that. It's going to be how much did you average? How many assists did you have?
No, because they're going to say, why weren't you the best offense in the league? Why were you?
Okay, so that is one thing that I didn't factor in. But see, I don't think empty stats has anything to do with offensive player of the year.
But that's what they're going to say.
They will make it though.
Are you the best offensive player if you're not actually helping your team be good on offense?
Oh, I can't. I can't help my team on offense if I'm playing it. Russell Westbrook could not help his team anymore on offense with Thabo Cephalosha, Andre Roberson, Victor Oladipo, and that's no knock to Victor. I'm just saying, that's no knock to Victor, but I'm saying like other dude. You got Kevin Durant, you got Steph Curry, and you got Klay Thompson. I got Victor Oladipo.
But Ron,
you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron got Kyrie. Like,
what did Vic do when he left?
They're gonna make it about that though, Ron. Like you can say that, and maybe the first 2 or 3 times it's gonna be like, okay, he led the league in scoring, Bradley Beal. He led the league in scoring, this and that. It might happen once or twice, but then there's gonna be somebody that's gonna come along and say, well, what does it matter? How can we keep giving the offensive player of the year awards to guys that are leading the league in scoring and winning 27 games?
How many dudes do that though? We can go down the scoring list.
It doesn't.
Very
few. 27 is just a number. But a lot of there's been times when the leading scorer is on a weak ass team, and they're going to be, and then it's just going to come on with how impactful are those numbers, which is a fair question, but it's going to be asked, and it's going to throw the whole award around. It's just going to happen, Ron. You know how we are.
Yeah, but I'm not saying the leading scorer should get it every year. I'm just saying they're always going to have a horse in the race. Once again, I said factor in assists, factor in efficiency. One thing that Chill mentioned too that it didn't even register in my mind, and Mars just said it as well. How good was your offense? That's the Steve Nash case. As much as I talk shit about Steve Nash, I will give him that. He did anchor the best offense in what a lot of people say NBA history, or what is it?
Statistically,
and to be responsible.
Yeah,
and to be responsible for almost 50% of that. That's incredible, bro.
Well, I mean, Amari was responsible for somewhere eerily the same, and but right. I don't want to get into all of that either. But I will give you that. Like as an offensive force, if you are the engine behind one of the league, top 5 offense in the league, I'll give you your credit for that. So I do think that that's something that should be factored in too.
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna do the VORP MVP, we should just do the offensive box plus minus offensive player of the year.
Here we go.
So who would that be?
Just make an objective.
Right? Can I get the last 10?
I will actually. I'll let you know. So I'm not going to do offensive box plus minus. I'll give you offense. I'll give you offensive win shares. Okay. So from 2000, 2001, Ray Allen. Next year, Tim Duncan. Next year, 2002, 2003, Tracy McGrady. 2003, 2004, Peja Stojakovic. 2004, 2005, Amari Stoudemire. 2005, 2006, and 2006, 2007.
Whoa!
Rewind.
Go back to 03. Start at 03.
From the top. I'm sorry. One more time.
I mean,
okay.
Interesting.
Okay. First of all, 98, 99, 2000, Shaquille O'Neal back to back. Okay. So next
This
year,
is box plus minus. I want to make sure.
no. This is
win shares.
offensive win shares.
Offensive
Okay,
win shares.
so 2000, 2001, Ray Allen. 2001, 2002, Tim Duncan. 2002, 2003, Tracy McGrady. 03, 04, Peja Stojakovic. 04, 05, Amare Stoudemire.
Well, I'll be a
05,
drunk cowboy that fell off his horse. Amari Stoudemire, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was really good.
Peja
05
Stojakovic. Would you look
Yeah.
at that?
Oh, everybody's favorite player getting love right now. 05, 06, 06, 07, Dirk Nowitzki back to back. 07, 08, Chris Paul. 08, 09, LeBron. 09, 10, LeBron. 2010, 2011, LeBron. 11, 12, Chris Paul again. 12, 13, LeBron. 13, 14, Kevin Durant. 14, 15, Chris Paul again. 15, 16, Curry. Then we got 3 straight James Harden seasons. And then we got a Damian Lillard season in 1920. And then 5 straight Jokic seasons. That's how good Jokic has been, man.
This is super.
So why did we go from Vaughn for
Mm.
MVP, but then win shares to offensive player of the year?
I don't know.
You brought that up, Mark.
You don't know.
No, I said box plus. I said offensive box plus minus. He changed it to win shares.
Yeah,
Why
you
do
got
you-
some
I'm
I'm just
explaining
asking
to do.
why.
Well, the reason that I did that is because I wanted it to be cumulative, and offensive box plus minus is not cumulative.
But these guys played.
VORP is
Games.
cumulative.
Yeah, and it
Win shares are cumulative. So I decided to use a
But
cumulative.
I could just
stat.
look. I could look at 06 offensive box plus minus. Dirk
Can't hear
played
you,
81
Gentry. Can't hear
games
you, Gentry.
and led the league in offensive box plus minus. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that we could just be like, oh, okay, someone played 30 games. Let's just go to number 2 on the list.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't
just
think that's the way it
Common
works.
sense.
Chill, you're saying
That's
you can't hear
exactly
me?
how it works. That's exactly.
No,
how
it was
works.
Drench.
Oh, okay. No, that's not
Still
how
can't
it
hear you,
works.
Drench.
Because
That's exactly how it works. If someone leads the league in offensive box plus minus, but only played 30 games, obviously they're not going to win offensive player of the year.
But
So you
that's
just
not
go
the-
to the next player on the list.
we're not talking about disqualifiers, Mars. We're not talking about, oh, this guy played 30 games, so he gets disqualified. We're saying offensive player of the
Yes, we are,
year.
'cause that's how
It
the
should
award works. You have to
matter.
play 65 games. We know the rules. So let's use our
Okay.
brains and use the actual stat that we
Okay,
used
let-
for the
let-
first one.
First
So
of
if
all,
we're going to be consistent, because we need to be objective. That's what we need.
Okay,
We
I
can't
don't-
use
That's the
both for
idea.
the
I don't
MVP.
need
we
to
can't
hear
use one- we
anybody
can't
telling
use
me
one
to use your
advanced stat.
brain when you
Yeah,
got Scotty
can't
Barnes
use-
off your top 50. Okay, let's keep
No,
it
he
a
actually
buck,
made it
okay?
at 50. He made it at 50.
No,
We
he
can't.
didn't.
Denny
Oh,
and
no, he
Theo.
didn't.
We
No,
can't use advanced. We can't use VORP for the MVP, and then not use the stat that VORP is derived from for both the offensive and defensive player of the year, because
Why?
that would be inconsistent. If we're going to value the MVP with the stat, we have to use the stat that it's derived from for offensive and offensive defense instead of going to
Okay,
win
so
shares,
here's
which we
what
aren't
you
using for
should
the
do.
MVP.
Here's
So
what
what
you
we
should
should
do.
do is say
Oh my
offensive box
goodness.
plus minus 06, Dirk Nowitzki, 07, whoever it is, 08, blah blah blah, and go down. And then
Okay.
obviously, if the player played below 65 games, we'll use our thinking caps and say they aren't eligible for the awards. So let's go to the player who played enough games.
Okay, I'm gonna keep, we're keeping things nice and respectful. So let's not get into sarcasm, okay? Because it's not a good look on you. So let's just say it this way. I'm
It's
not
amazing
sitting.
look.
I'm not
Been using this look for 3.5 years.
I'm not
It's amazing
gonna
look.
sit
That's
here
part of
and
the pause.
calculate.
What
Yeah,
does
yeah.
sarcasm look better on?
I'm-
Hold on,
I'm-
wait.
It's an
Smile,
amazing-
guys.
it's an
Just smile right
amazing
quick.
look on me.
Let's-
It's an amazing.
No,
All right,
okay.
Frown.
Pin, take off the hat.
Take the hat and the hoodie off.
Take it
I'm trying to
off,
see.
please.
I'm trying to do an example here.
Mhm.
Proceed. Never mind.
What is it? What is your no? Look, what I'm saying is, if you really want to use offensive box plus minus, if that is your derivative, if you have to say, okay, well, if we're using VORP for this, we got to use the same thing that derives them. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do that, then what I need you to do is I need you to look at offensive box plus minus. Then I need you to derive it per game, and then I need you to multiply it like by the number of minutes that player played in order to scale the value, because there are players who are going to have an offensive box plus minus in 22, 24, 25 minutes per game that is going to be considerably higher than somebody who played 36 games. So if you're going to sit there and do all the calculations,
Let's go through all of the years and see how many times that's true.
See,
From
but this
in
shit
0
sounds
no,
really
in
That's
06,
bad
in
logic.
06, in
This shit just
06,
sounds really
Dirk
complicated. Go
Nowitzki
ahead.
led the league in offensive box plus minus. I like to think he played enough minutes and enough games to win the awards. Played 81 games.
he also
played 3,000 minutes that season.
he
he
also
led the
led it
league.
in offensive win shares.
Okay, so it seems like we're on the same page.
Okay, we follow
07,
each other. All right.
07. Guess what? It was Dirk again, Mr. 78
Same.
games. In 08, we are at LeBron James. Crazy. In 09, guess who we have? We have LeBron James. Crazy. In 2010, we have LeBron James.
Chris Paul.
Crazy. In 2011, we have the actual MVP. It was Derrick Rose. He would have got something. He would have got offensive MVP. Congratulations to Derrick Rose. Good work, Derrick. Yay. In 2012, who do we have? Oh, LeBron James. Crazy. In 2013, LeBron James. Crazy. In 2014, Kevin Durant. Crazy. It seems like they're doing quite well with the stat, right? 2015. Yeah. Oh, the actual MVP. Steph Curry. Crazy. In 2016, the actual MVP. Steph Curry. Wow. Who would have thought? In 2017, the actual MVP. Russell Westbrook. Who would have thought? Oh my God. Who would have guessed? Oh, in 2018, guess what? The actual MVP. James Harden. Who would have thought? In 2019, oh, it wasn't the MVP. It was the guy who averaged 36 but didn't play defense. James Harden. Oh my God. Who would have guessed that these guys are actually leading an offensive box plus minus? In 2020, Mr. Damian Lillard, the bubble MVP himself. In 2021, who would have thought? Nikola Jokic. So, wow, this is crazy, isn't it? That the guy who's actually maybe the best offensive player in the league is leading the league in offensive box plus minus every year. Wow. 22, Jokic. 23, Jokic. Do I need to keep going? It seems like offensive box plus minus makes sense.
Mars,
and there's no one playing 28 games who's leading the league. Not one.
Do you have a
Mars? It's actually just the MVP.
Mars, please let me know where you get your sarcasm from, or the filter or the outfit. I want to see if it looks good on me.
It's in my DNA. But who would have thought? And maybe to Ox's point, prevails. And maybe to Ox's point, maybe the MVP award is just the offensive awards. Because the guy who leads an offensive box plus minus seems to be winning the award every year. Crazy. Who would have thought?
That's what I said an hour ago.
Well, fellas,
we just came back to Mr. Elmas being right.
Hey, before we get into sarcasm and all of that stuff, can somebody explain to me what actually is win shares?
See, Drenchy, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Hey, fellas, I gotta get into these crunch time chats, but is there anybody that can quickly and
because like I
efficiently explain
it just started like 4 or 5 years ago, this win share shit, and I have yet to ask somebody what is the real.
It tries to give you a value of how much you contribute to your team's wins.
Right. That's what it sounds like. Win shares. How are you winning?
What's the formula?
Yeah, like what's the formula for this?
It's not gonna be. It's something I definitely am not smart enough to understand. I'll say that. Maybe stats degree can explain it, but I can't. I know I can't.
The formula is super flawed, Jordan. It's super flawed, and we've been over this so many times on screen, and it's just super flawed. Every time it gets explained, you can find 2 or 3 things that go into it where it's like, well, how do you judge that? And it's kind of like vibes. You know what I'm saying? So.
Can you eloquently explain it, Pin? And can you do it quickly? If not, I have to get into these.
Go to your super chats.
Let's do it.
All right.
There's no quick way to explain this. No.
All right. Right after this, we'll definitely get back into that.
There's no real basketball way to explain it. That's the problem.
All right, y'all. My man Masinko sent through the first super chat of the day, and he said, any favorite random role player playoff game? For me, it's Nick Young, 2012. Leon Poole, Game 5, 08. Ooh. Troy Daniels, Boobie Gibson. The D-Fish Utah game, that was a good one. And Mike Miller, 2012 Finals closeout as a Heat fan.
Bro, Masinko be coming with the foul.
Shout out
in 2006. Udonis has him in 2006 in the closeout.
UD?
Game. Yeah, 15 and 10 in that game.
And nothing UD did was really, really iconic.
Nobody talking about it. 15 and 10. One of the main reasons why they won that game. He was big in that game. Huge.
That was a game where like Maurice Spates had like 20 in the 2016 playoffs.
I know y'all not gonna disrespect Josh Smith and Dwight Howard. The comeback win versus the Clippers.
Josh Smith and Corey Brewer, you mean?
Yeah, Brew too. Don't forget about Big Brew. But Josh Smith.
That's a good one.
And Dwight Howard and Corey Brewer. Hell of a comeback. With James Harden on the bench.
Facts. Bum.
I'll take Dennis Rodman's 18 rebounds in the Eastern Conference Championship. over that.
Bro, Dennis Rodman, bro, the more you like, you can't watch highlights of Dennis Rodman. That should be misleading. Bro, you got to go watch games of Dennis Rodman and see how good he was,
bro.
Bro.
Break down some film of
bro.
Dennis.
You got to watch games, bro, because highlight of Dennis Rodman is trash. Because, like, you know, they were talking about Draymond Green. It is trash, though. But fuck, we gonna watch
Dennis Rodman highlights exist?
Yeah, they do. But you go watch all his highlights is him looking in the camera, holding the ball, shaking his head and shit. That's how bad his highlights are. But we have to talk about Draymond Green and Dennis Rodman. Boy, in that first glance, you might say Draymond. Go watch the tape. Dennis was a menace out there. Go watch the tape.
I'm still say Draymond, but you're right. I'm still say Draymond.
Hey man, you might not say Draymond.
I'm a for sure say Draymond. But
it all depends on what you value. Bro, the man averaged 18 rebounds, Mars.
He did. Amazing rebounds.
Do you know how many possessions?
The best rebounder of the modern era, in my opinion. The best rebounder of the modern era. Shout out to Moses.
Shit, bro. He got an MVP vote. He was in consideration.
In the conversation?
He was in the conversation. Yeah, he was in the conversation.
All right, Tupac Westside said, I think analytics are accurate, but I think they could leave out context if they are not careful. Defensive numbers, for example.
This is what we were talking about, Mars, when we talked about, I mean, you said that because I value the accolades, I mean, the analytics are what determine the accolades. But I don't think that should be the deciding factor, because there's a number of other different things that go into it, not just narrative, but you know, what a guy produces on the floor. Sure, those numbers definitely matter. I'm not on the fence about that. But when also watching a guy's game and watching how he affects the game, I think that definitely goes into how valuable you are to your unit. Because if you watch just on paper and you see that, you know, Steve Nash is worth 50% of the offense, and you see that he's averaging, I don't know, 18 and 11. Okay, that's just what you see on paper. But when you watch them and you see how different his game is than everybody else's, and how much gravity he creates and how many scoring opportunities he creates as an offensive player, what he does with the basketball, how heady he is as a point guard, and you think about how valuable that is to your team, to that team's success, I think that's the stuff the analytics leave out, and I think that's the stuff that needs to be mentioned.
I think, Cho, like, I see you starting a fire. Let me throw a couple of logs on that fire to give you a little bit more fuel for this. There's a video by a content creator, Michael McElvey. I believe his name is Michael McElvey. He created a video talking about how drafting has become less efficient in the age of analytics, that teams are getting worse and worse. So they have more and more information than they've ever had. They have more scouts. They have more data. They have more Excel sheets. They have more data points. They have tracking data, but they're getting worse at actually picking. And he's using where the starters in each finals were drafted as a measure of that. So
it's because basketball's turning into a damn board game. It's like
100%.
They play basketball like it's fucking Chutes and Ladders or some shit. Like it's a game. It's basketball. It's not.
Now don't get me wrong, fellas.
I will not respect Chutes and Ladders. I won't respect Candyland, Sorry, Monopoly, none of that shit.
Sorry,
we're talking about basketball. We're
Sorry,
talking about
Sorry, a pretty decent game, but Monopoly is a bad.
But basketball clears. And these dudes are turning basketball into a board game. And they wonder why the game's fucked up.
Well, what they opined was that feel, like real basketball feel, was being left out of the analytics. So analytics, obviously, like I think the popularization of analytics in pro sports came with baseball. And in baseball, it's very effective.
That Brad Pitt movie?
Yeah, Moneyball. Yeah.
Right.
So Bill James and what they did with with baseball win shares, I think was great. I think it actually worked for baseball. It doesn't work so clear for basketball. There's a lot of times where I'll look at, like, for instance, I'll look at the Toronto Raptors this year. You wouldn't believe that Scotty Barnes was 6th on the team in offensive win shares. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what?
I believe it.
Sure. So yeah, so I'm just saying, you look at that. Is Jameson Battle a better offensive player than Scotty Barnes? Is that what I'm hearing? Like, based on the stat, it's crazy.
Yes.
And
shoots the hell out of the
according to the numbers, like to your point, Penn, according to the numbers, yes, that's what it looks like. But in reality, no, he isn't.
Yeah, because
This is the
for
same
all-
stat
it's
that he
for all
wanted to decide
difficult.
offensive player of the year by the way.
Well, that's not what I was saying. I was saying if you're going to use something arbitrary, I think offensive win shares is actually better cumulative stat than offensive box minus. I don't want to relitigate this with you, Mars. And by the way, I think the leaders for offensive win shares were actually better than the leaders for offensive box minus, in my opinion. You might have sarcastically tried to, cook water with that one, but you had Derrick Rose being a better offensive player than LeBron James. I wouldn't be patting myself on the back with that one.
It was definitely water.
I mean,
But,
water gotta get cooked sometimes.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Yes, it does.
Boiled. It gets boiled.
It gets boiled.
You can't put
well, it
pasta
could
in
get
cold
baked.
water. You can't do that.
I don't know if you can bake water on. It might
I
be
just want to make
impossible.
sure that really quickly, Ron, before you
Put it
move
in
on,
the
I just
oven.
want to
You
make sure
baking
that
it.
That might be impossible.
I just want to make sure that we're clear that production does matter, but what you see also matters too. So I don't think that one thing outweighs the other, to be quite honest with you, because we can look at production on paper and immediately go, yo, this dude was nice as hell. But then when you watch the game, you see that he doesn't affect the game nearly as much as this guy, right? But then we can also see that this guy's production isn't nearly what this guy's production is. But then you watch the game and then you go, yo, this guy is affecting the game way more than this other guy, whether he's taken out of the lineup. So I just want to make sure that I'm clear that there has to be a balance when it comes to both the eye test and production. It can't just be one or the other. No.
The majority of prospects who failed the analytics test, or like that were great prospects but failed in the NBA, it's usually when their physical advantages from college don't scale up to the NBA. So a guy like Stanley Johnson, you could look at a lot of guys, Josh Jackson. These guys were hyper crazy athletes. They never had the greatest feel for the game. And when they got to the NBA and everyone was super athletic and very big and very strong and all those physical advantages went away and you couldn't just run past people and you couldn't run through people. Shout outs to James Wiseman. You had to actually think the game out. That's where the analytics failed, because the analytics don't measure how you got your points.
Man, Josh Jackson was decent though. I ain't gonna lie.
You know the important shit.
It is
had a lot
important.
of off the court. Josh Jackson had a lot of off the court shit going on.
But that's the thing. It's like if you're using it as predictive measurement, then it really does matter how you got it. If you're using it as a reflective measurement, then it doesn't matter how you got it. I don't care how you scored 35 points on 60% efficiency. If you scored 35 points on 50 or 60%, but yeah, when you look at it, as like this guy's going to be the best player in the NBA in 5 years, and I'm picking him number one. Yeah, it does matter that he got all his points on alley-oops because he was 6 inches bigger than all the players he was up against.
It matters 100%. That matters
Sounds
100% how you got there. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not Yahtzee.
It sounds like AJ DeBanter to me, but we got to move on to the next super chat from MVG League. MVG said, in football, we have the Mars. I want you to say it correctly for the people.
Ballon d'Or.
There you go. To award the best individual performance throughout the entire league, including playoffs. Hypothetically, who would have won this sort of award in the NBA from the 80s onward?
That's what Mars gets his
Why
logic from.
What is it Ballon d'Or? What's the for?
That's where Mars gets his logic from. Like who had the best season? That's it. And that because Mars is English and a lot of football goes on over there. That's where he gets the logic from. Who had the best season? Not necessarily.
Well, I don't agree. I don't
player.
care about. I don't care
What
about
is
that award.
what does Door mean?
The best
Mars?
player. Who had the best season this year?
Door has a knob on it that you twist and you pull it open.
It means
or you
of
slam
gold. It means of gold. I'm just
golden
I'm,
ball. Golden ball. That's what it means.
Yeah,
Golden
it means
ball.
of gold. So ball of gold, and then if you look at
It's a French award.
the Cannes Film Festival, Palme d'Or, same thing.
Golden ball. Yeah, I don't care about that award either. For what it's worth, I think that's a stupid award too. But I don't know. Just check the vote for the regular season, then check the vote for the playoffs. Add them up, see who has the highest MVP or Ballon d'Or.
That's great.
Because then it rewards the people who go far in the playoffs because they have more games. So there you go. Easy solution.
All right. Well, MVG asked from the 80s onward. MVG, we're not gonna go from the 80s, but in the last 5 years, who do you guys think should have won the Balloon d'Or?
Who had the best season?
Ballon d'Or.
So who had the best season?
It would probably be Jokic.
Jokic, Shea.
Wait, let's check because Giannis had the highest vote in the playoffs, but he doesn't catch up to Jokic. So it would be Jokic. 22 would probably be Jokic again. We'll just go check the playoffs. because I don't think Jimmy Butler led the playoffs in VORP in 2022. Yeah, so it'll be Jokic every year.
All right. Shout out to Jokic. Give him the
Ain't
balloon.
I'm not bothering to check all the other years. He leads the league in VORP. Actually, Shea was close in VORP this year, no?
Yeah, he was.
It might be Shea this year. It might be Shea.
Shea have a better VORP?
He might.
No.
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure Shea he didn't.
He's close. He's only within 0.9. If he clears him in the playoffs, 2.2. Where's Jokic VORP? This bomb. It's still Jokic.
Shout out Yo.
I tried. Yeah. 24. Luka was close.
The Trib One sent through a super chat and said, "Why eye test matters is because a rebound, point, steal, block is not the same unilaterally. On-ball defense is hard to track. Gravity is hard to track. So using eye test with analytics is golden."
I agree.
I can get with that. I can definitely get with that.
I mean, I want to say something, but I already got enough trolls trolling me this morning, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
Don't be afraid of the trolls. Embrace the trolls.
You're right, but I got enough of them. I got too many of them. You know, you say anything about Kobe, and they
Maybe
swear
they're
you.
not trolling. I seen what you said about Kobe's defense. You hate him.
What did I
That's
say? That he wasn't better
was
defender
hating.
than Tony Allen?
Yeah, you was hating. That's what you was doing.
I didn't know that was hate. That he wasn't a better defender than Tony Allen.
How many more defensive teams Tony Allen made?
Kobe got too many, but I think 3 or 4.
6 actually.
Half as many as Kobe. So he's half as good as Kobe on defense.
Brother, this the part that don't make sense to me, Ron. Tony Allen finished 4th in DPOY, and he made 2nd team all defense. Kobe Bryant finished 11th or 12th in DPOY, and he made 1st team all defense. How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
I'm pretty sure they were different voters.
Somebody lying too. I'm pretty sure somebody's lying. That's all I'm saying. This don't make sense. Hey man, I don't know. There's no way you telling me Kobe Bryant averaged 36 a game and was 1st team all defense the same year.
See, you just don't know how good Kobe was. That's the problem.
I guess I don't.
You can't acknowledge that Kobe was both the best offensive and defensive guard in the game.
Who had more aura on defense?
History, Mars, and history.
Exactly. You just can't accept that.
The last person that did that was Mike. Mike won Defensive Player of the Year when he did that, though. So
maybe Kobe should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Who won 06 Defensive Player of the Year?
Marcus Camby.
Yeah, come on, man. Be serious. Who better defender, Marcus Camby or Kobe? Come on.
You're gonna run a poll, aren't you?
No, I'm not, because Marcus Camby will win the poll and I'll be called a hater. Twitter does not like.
Was it Marcus Camby in 06? No, that's not true.
Yes.
I'm sorry, it was Ben
No,
Wallace.
it was. I'm checking.
Was it Marcus Camby? I thought it was.
For what it's worth, Marcus. Oh no, that was 07. I'm lying, actually. Sure.
It was.
It was Ben Wallace. Yeah.
It was Ben Wallace. I think Marcus
Camby.
Ben
Wallace. Yeah. That's a bit.
Where did Kobe finish?
In 06?
He wasn't on the list, huh?
24.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I say it, I'm a hater. I'm hating. If I say
he was on the list.
He was 24.
Yeah.
Damn. I thought the list stopped at like 8 or 10.
It's everyone who gets votes is on the list.
But if I say that, I'm a hater. They say.
Oh, actually, no. He never got. No, he was 24 in 07. He didn't. He wasn't on the list. He sucks.
Oh, but he was 1st team all defense.
Still 1st team all defense though. So.
Still 1st team all defense though. Makes sense. Makes sense.
As he should be.
For sure.
All right, Military Man said, "How y'all feel about the Raptors versus the Nuggets in Vancouver? Pin, starters, and chill. I was the guy in your live this morning asking about Barnes and Ingram."
Yeah, we had a conversation about Toronto this morning. Where do I see them? And the thing I was asking about Toronto was what kind of style of play are the Toronto Raptors going to have this year?
A great one.
Well,
I think they're going to be pretty good too.
I mean, that part I'm not arguing.
The forced turnovers and a run style of play.
Is that what it is? Is that because you got Quigley at the 1? You still got RJ Barrett, who's a 20 a game guy, and you also have Brandon Ingram,
their best player coming back. Yeah, exactly. Their best player coming back.
One of the best bucket getters in the game. I still think they got an issue at the 5 spot. I'm not a big Pirtle fan. I've never really been a big Pirtle fan, but
you don't like Jakob Pirtle?
You know, he led the Raptors in offensive win shares this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Would
that be because would that be because Scotty Barnes didn't play as much, or would that be because he just let them?
Well, no, Scotty Barnes was behind a lot of people, including Jakob. It's just Jakob was their best offensive player.
Okay, so the last 2 years, a lot of Scotty analytics have gone the other way, and a part of that, at least offensively, has been development. They have been over leveraging a lot of things with him to force development in terms of pull-up jump shooting. If you watch him at Montverde, if you watch them at Florida State, you know that scoring, dynamic scoring, pull-up jump shooting was not a really huge part of his game, right? We know that. Coming into this, everyone said, is a project. So under Darko, since Darko came over, they've been forcing him to do a lot of stuff off the dribble, in the pick and roll, as a ball handler, trying to just create his own offense. So he's gone from everyone creating offense for him to I'm creating offense for everybody. And when you're not ready, and when you're not a really great shot creator, your offense overall is going to struggle, and the analytics are going to map that. That doesn't mean that if you put him back into the role he had in year 2, year 3, early on in year 3, where he was an all-star, it doesn't mean he's not going to be a way better player in that situation. He was a much better mid-range bucket getter last year. He was phenomenally more efficient with his handle last year. He's not a super turnover prone player, and he's taken major steps defensively. And I think he's just a much better leader than he was a few years ago. So in terms of what I think the Raptors are going to do, I think the Raptors are going to be great. I think they're going to be a 45-win team. I really do. Maybe more.
The East is wide open too. I mean,
I don't really know about that.
Well, I think it's pretty wide open. But my thing is I think this is a good season for Toronto to bring it together. I think they did a good job going to get Brandon Ingram. I'm not huge on Poodle, but I think he's serviceable too. I think he could,
I think they've overpaid a lot of their pieces. And Rich Paul was on Sirius XM radio a couple of days ago, and he was talking about how that offer for Brandon Ingram, that 120 for 3 years that the Raptors gave him, he's like, that probably wouldn't have been available for him in free agency. And I don't think he's lying. And that's his own client. And so he's saying that. So I think the Raptors have massively overpaid Pirtle, Ingram, quickly, and obviously they got RJ Barrett's bloated $27 million. But I mean, hopefully Colin Murray-Boyles is ready to play. Hopefully Grady Dick is ready to take a step up. But this team is sneaky deep.
Right. But when Rich said that, I'm sure he wasn't implying that his client didn't deserve that much. I think he might have more so been alluding to the fact that he might not have shown his worth the past couple of years, because I think Brandon Ingram, I don't think Jordan was. He might have been trying to mess with you a little bit, but I think it's fair to say that Brandon Ingram at his best is better than Scotty Barnes, and that's not a knock to Scotty, because I think Scotty's good. I think Brandon Ingram has become a little underappreciated these past couple seasons. Some of it might be his fault, like not playing through what we think is knick-knack injuries. It might have been, harder for him. He might have really been hurt and was sitting out. But I think Brandon Ingram is y'all best player, and I think Brandon Ingram is a really good basketball player as well. So I think y'all got a good foundation to stand on right now. I know you're not very high on RJ, but I still like RJ too.
Why is that pen, by the way? Why? What's your issue with RJ Barrett? Because I've always dug him. What's your issue with him, Pen?
Efficiency, redundancy, defense, and the undynamic nature of his game. He's very one-dimensional. Goes left hand a lot. He needs the ball in his hands for most part to be effective. He's not often guarded as a spacer, so it's not like RJ Barrett's open, we gotta collapse. No. I think he became a lot better as a playmaker last year. He dialed it up in terms of defensive efficiency last year. Like, I think the second half of the season, he bought into the defensive concept. He is still a big human being. Like, he's 6'6", very strong. He can participate in a good defense. He's not Trae Young. Sure. He's not Damian Lillard. He's not, Anthony Simons, where he's out there, we're dead. It's not like that. So I think this team could be good. I mean, if he buys in, I just think at 27, 29 million, he's very overpaid for what he does. And again, it's like what the GM of Raphael Stone, for the Houston Rockets, he's, upon trading Cam Whitmore, upon trading Jalen Green, he said, it's not hard to find guys who score 20 points in the league on inefficient splits. It's not that hard.
Right. I think my thing when I'm looking at these teams, Chill, I think it's so like what Penn is doing when he's talking about how much somebody's getting paid. when we're talking about like a team this season, I'm only really talking about like how good are they right now. You know, I'm not really concerned with their roster building in the future and what they're going to be in 5 years or who they're going to draft next year. I'm just talking about right now. So how much money somebody's making in the present day roster, it really doesn't mean that much to me. So so when I look at when I see what you're saying, Pim, like, oh, you look at it like he makes this much and he's giving that much. I see where you're coming from in that aspect of it, but I still think RJ's, good at basketball.
I mean, obviously, if Zach LaVine was making $48 million on my team, I would feel the same way you do.
So
I didn't even know Zach LaVine was making $48 million. You know what I'm saying?
But he is, and that's the point. Like, in the age of the CBA, like what we see, like, okay, for instance, like the Celtics, like the Celtics were good last year, man. They fizzled out in the playoffs. The Pacers were great last year. They made it to the finals. But what is it that's led to the dissolution of those teams? Like, it's basically money. That's what it is. Yeah. So if you're going to pay some dude, who's not really a starter, $22 million, and then 3 years from now, it's going to cost you the ability to be able to re-sign a starter, it does matter how much money you made. Right.
I didn't say it doesn't matter. I'm talking about I'm not thinking I'm talking about how good a team is this year. I'm not concerned at all with what they're going to do next year. I don't like that's. I'm not talking about how good is this franchise. I'm talking about how good is this roster. How good is this team this season? That's what I'm talking about. I don't care how much Zach LaVine's making if I'm talking about how good are the Kings in the 25-26 season. If we talk about where the Kings franchise going in the future, that $48 million might matter to me. But that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying what you're saying doesn't matter. I'm not saying that how much money RJ Barrett is making doesn't matter. I'm just saying that what I'm talking about right now is just how good is this team and what's their ability to compete in the East when 3 of the East superstars, one came back West, and the other 2 are down with Achilles injuries. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not, so I'm not saying you're wrong about your assessment of your team. I'm just saying right now, as currently constructed, I think y'all got a little action in the East.
I can say this much, though. If RJ Barrett was making $12 million right now and we had an extra first-round pick, I think our ability to compete is higher because our ability to pivot is better. So when you start signing guys to unmovable contracts, now you're stuck with that roster. So if something happens with that player or something happens on your team where you're thinking like, oh, we're better than we want to be. We're better than we thought we were. Let's make an upgrade. Well, when you have Immanuel Quickley at $32 million, who wants that contract right now? Immanuel Quickley for $32 million a year for 4 years. Who's taking that contract?
Who's coming off an injury, by the way, a season-ending injury.
Well, I mean, season-ending my ass. Like, honestly, they rested him and RJ and Scott. They rested these guys throughout the season. I wouldn't take anything the Raptors did last year as gospel in terms of like how healthy they really were. They were resting fully healthy guys. But what I'm saying is, like, your cap sheet matters more today than ever. And I think GMs are noticing this. That's why, the Indiana Pacers were reluctant to give Miles Turner $24 million. I think that's why you're seeing the Boston Celtics part out the salaries that they parted out, right? Because they understand that there is an actual tangible cost to having super expensive guys who don't produce.
All right, y'all. The next super chat I got is from the real one, or the one real Obi. Obi said, Ox, if he is on a bad team, or if he is on a bad team, the leading scorers should get credit. They are the main focus. We can't discredit KD for taking the easy road, a la Golden State. Then down cats that get to do it, that get it dolo if the team is bad or not. Dub convo.
I'm not down to anybody. I'm just saying how it's going to end up. You know what I mean? And it's not going to be necessarily driven by me. I'm just saying, like, when you can't just say that we're going to give the offensive player of the year to the guy that scores the most points, because that's just too open in basketball conversation. We're going to talk about is it scoring impactful? Somebody's going to say those are empty stats. Somebody like, remember how Swiper was trying to talk about how many points Jason Tatum was scoring in the fourth quarter when it's already got a lead, stuff like that. We're going to have to talk about that type of stuff. It's just too wide open. That's all. But I hear what you're saying, though.
I got another super chat from a Hall of Famer, a GOAT, a legend. He goes by the name of Joe Breezy. Joe said, who's the better overall and career, or who's the better player overall and career, Klay Thompson or Damian Lillard? Also, Dwight Howard does everything and more that Bill old-ass Russell did if you put him in the 60s. Bill old-ass Russell won't do what Dwight did in the 2010s.
Dame is better than Klay.
That's number one. That's number one. And number two, it's real easy to call somebody dumb when you already know the answers to the test. We already seen the 60s. So now you want to take a guy from the 60s and transport him to the 2010s. That's just so unfair, man. That shit boils my blood when I hear that. Ox, so this is what you got to do, Ox. I want to make sure that we clear, Ox. This is what you got to do, big fella. So you don't get to fly first class with us, Ox. You got to take the train from Phoenix to Portland, by the way. And you don't get to sleep in the Four Seasons with us, Ox. You got to sleep in the Super 8 on the other side of town because that's not where the white people sleep at. That's where the black people sleep at. So you got to play. You got to play over there. You got to do that kind of stuff in order to be effective. That shit makes me crazy, man. You know that first class organization and the weightlifting program that we had, Ox. You don't get to do that. Dwight Howard get to do that though because we got that right now. It's real easy to call people dumb when you already know the answers to the tests. All that shit makes me crazy.
Unfortunately, Dwight didn't play in the 60s.
Yes, I will say that the Klay and Dame conversation is a little tricky because it said who's better and better career and all that. But I mean, I guess one-on-one basketball, Dame will cook Klay, sure. But who's better?
If Klay's running with, let me ask you a question, Ox. If Klay's running with Dame, what does Klay's career look like as opposed to running with Steph?
We speak way more highly of Klay.
Well, Steph would have less rings.
Best player on the team.
Dame.
So take TJ McCollum off that crew. Take TJ McCollum
That's
off
it.
that
That's
crew.
you know who the best player is. If Klay and Dame play together, Dame's the best player on the team. There you go. That's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean,
there you go.
Cool.
Klay looks like if he plays next to Dame. He looks like the second best player on the team.
First of all, respect the 2020 offensive win share leader.
Friday, we'd have time.
I know offensive minus leader.
Friday. I don't know if we got time today, but I'm just saying.
So let me ask you this, because I think that we have. Is there a consensus? Because I think that there was a time when Damian Lillard was a top 10 player in the game, bona fide.
Yeah.
Yes, that time was 3 years ago.
Can we ever say that about Klay? Can we ever say that about Klay Thompson?
I don't think Klay was ever a top 10 player in the league.
No.
I think Klay peaked at a different time to Dame, so a little bit different.
Joe, we were having conversations about Dame being
yes.
a top 7 player in the league. It got higher than 10. It was like 6, 7, 5.
That's what I'm saying. He was bona fide as a
We've
top
had that
player.
conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen top 40 dudes be better than top 20 dudes plenty of times.
No, you've seen top
on
40
any
dudes
given night,
outplay.
Klay can look like the best player in the world.
Yeah, but Ox is more so
Ox, is
talking
that
about
fair,
impact. He's more
That's
so
what I was
talking
about to
about
say.
impact to winning. Like you could be better than a guy, but not be better than a guy. You know?
Yeah, Dame is better than that.
Yeah,
guy.
Dame is just both though.
I don't
See, that's what I'm
impactful to
saying.
winning.
Dame is just Benson.
I don't think Dame's more impactful to winning than Klay. I'm sorry.
I don't got the words, chill. I don't got the words, chill. It's one of them basketball things. I can't explain it. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. I can't come up with it, chill. I just don't know. But I got Dame too, yo. I got Dame.
Well, I was about to say, Ox. So if we walk in the gym, you saw this dude, the 6'6", 6'7" light skinned dude, and you saw this dude, the 6'2" guard, and you saw them dudes rock. Who is better at basketball?
Dame.
I don't know, chill. I've seen Klay Thompson do some unthinkable things. Like I can't say for sure.
He did give his team 37 and a quarter. Dame ain't
Okay.
done that.
Like Klay like that. I don't understand why.
Klay is like that. Dame is a better player. Like,
but look though, I think if you put them on the same team,
this is crazy.
My bad, Pim. But if you put them dudes on the same team, Klay, I think Dame looks better. Like Klay make Dame look better than Dame make Klay look better. You know what I'm saying? Like Klay, he gonna do his thing. Klay gonna help Dame get off.
Is he gonna do his thing though, Ox? Like we talk
Klay?
About Klay. Is he really
time,
gonna do his
everywhere?
thing? Considering?
Yes. Klay ain't no backpack. That's all I'm saying.
Damian Lillard been first team all
That's
NBA.
all I'm saying. Klay was the other guy on that team. That would have been cool without Steph. Everybody can't say that.
I will admit that Steph Curry, if he could have picked that ball up and ran it over to Klay Thompson when he was on that run for 37, he would have done it. He couldn't get him the ball fast enough. every trip when he was scoring. He couldn't get him the ball fast enough, no doubt. Yeah.
I'm saying I would take so I go off of this a lot. A lot of the times I go off who would I rather have? I'd rather have Klay. Klay needs a lot less. I like dudes that need a lot less. You know what I'm saying? Can make $1 out of 15 cents.
Dame Dollar can make many dollars out of 15 cents.
I'm not knocking Dollar. I would never do that. I would never do that.
Okay. Well, I will let you know that the analytics have spoken definitively on this subject. If common sense already hasn't.
They got Klay, right?
Hell no.
The analytics should have Klay, right?
First of all, the accolades say Dame by far. We're talking 7 All-NBA teams, okay, versus 2. Okay. The analytics
would have been 8
how much those 4 rings weigh?
Heavily.
Okay.
Very heavy.
It depends.
I don't want to hear you say the accolades weigh when the rings are the heaviest thing on the scale.
I just want to clarify.
No, you can't say that.
You're telling me. So Kevin Durant's rings don't count, but Klay's on the team and they count for him.
Here's what I'm saying. Klay built them rings. Them rings started with Klay and they ended with Klay. One was with Klay at the beginning. Another was with Klay at the end. KD wasn't there for 2. KD merely just was one of them. That was one of the diamonds on the rings. Klay was the ring.
Them rings count for Klay.
Hey, he was merely just the diamond on the ring.
Easy, Ron. Easy.
They don't count. Some people on the team they count.
I see where you get it from, Ox.
Hold up,
I see where you get it from.
All I'm saying is, I didn't bring Kevin Durant into this argument. All I'm saying with Klay is, you can't bring Robert Horry or Kevin Durant into this, and this is the only reason why I'm gonna say this. Well, you can bring KD into it. The Robert Horry thing, the reason why you can't bring the Robert Horry thing is because I was a bench player on that team or I was a role player. Klay was not a role player. He was not. Klay's contributions on that ring were heavy.
Yes.
Heavy.
Right. The point. This. Relax, bro. Relax. Klay's never been.
So what about the first one?
Draymond has never been better than Klay.
He was the third.
But wait a second. Just relax, y'all. Relax. We can get.
Iguodala was the Finals MVP.
We can get past this part of the conversation if we just do it like this. Because what Mars just did was throw a nasty monkey wrench in here. So let's just.
I asked a very valid question.
All right, it's valid. It is valid. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 2 away from Klay. We're gonna take 2 away from Klay, okay? So we're gonna. Yes, Ron. It just makes it easy.
For what?
Because so we can move on in the conversation.
Because KD.
So it doesn't. Damn, KD.
You see, and y'all be mad when I say this boy that ruined basketball discourse. Go ahead, Ox.
All right, but still, bro. Don't.
You know what? I'm gonna sit this one out.
Because Klay
still got 2.
Klay got 2. That's what I'm trying to get to. Klay got 2. How heavy are those 2 rings that he contributed heavily to?
The first one is a big deal. Yes, the first one is a huge deal, no doubt about that.
And you know what? I should have just left it alone because Dame's better than Klay.
He has the first ring, he was the 3rd best player on his team. In my opinion, Draymond was better. Steph was better. In the second one, he was the 4th best player on his team. The third one, he was the 4th best player on his team. In the 4th one, he was the 3rd best player on his team, or arguably the 4th best player if you want to put Andrew Wiggins over him as well. Stop doing this. Like, this is crazy.
What player was
on his team? No one says shit about him.
What player was Dame in his ring season?
0, because he has 0 rings.
Okay,
but you know what?
Well, look, you know,
I've heard
right now,
Mitch Richmond would win 6 rings with the Bulls. So
Mitch Richmond has a championship for it as well.
Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is, how many rings does Dame? How many rings does Dame win in his hometown of Oakland? How many? If
you take Klay off of that team and put Dame,
no. If you take
him and Steph can't coexist. No, why would we do that?
Because I'm trying to see how many rings Dame could win as the best player. Because in his prime, Dame wasn't backseat to nobody. You're talking about the best player on his team.
Who knows?
And that be the point sometimes. Because I could argue Klay was so nice that he needed his own team.
This is crazy.
How would that have went?
I can't believe this.
How would that?
I'm not as optimistic about Klay.
And I'm not as optimistic about Dame as the number 1 option either.
And that's fine. My point is, Dame is a better player. Like, that's it. I don't care about none of this.
We're not splitting hairs between these two.
Hold on.
It's not a little bit better. It's a lot better.
Like
a lot better.
Hey, Morris, that's fair. Dame is better as the number 1 option. Who's a better 2 or 3 option?
Dame.
It depends who the.
No, he's not.
Yes.
No, he's not. Because
Yes, he
as
is.
a 2 or 3 option, I'm asked to do
in
more
order
than
for
just
Dame to
put
be
the
a
ball in the
number
hoop.
2,
Ron,
you know how good the number 1 has to be?
I was about to say that,
He
Mars.
just had
Ron,
one.
if Dame, no, don't do
Nigga
that,
just
Ron.
had one in Milwaukee.
In
Okay,
his
so
twilight.
rewind. Okay,
Dame
so
in
rewind the
Milwaukee
clock.
better than Klay ever was.
No, he wasn't.
Okay, not only that, Ron, rewind the clock back to, I don't know, let's say 2014, 2015. Imagine Dame running with Kevin Durant.
Oh my God.
What does he look like running with Kevin Durant?
He had Al
Hey,
Farouk.
you know what he looks like?
What do he look like running with James?
You know what he looks
by
like?
the way?
Mhm.
He looks
had
like
Mo
a team that
Harkless.
loses in the Western
Al Farouk
Conference
was
Finals.
cold.
That's what he looks
He had Mo
like.
Harkless and
Hey.
Al Farouk. So what he need LeBron and KD for?
Damian Lillard has five
you are
top
so
10
nasty.
MVP finishes. 5. Okay.
All right.
This is a
Damn,
definitive
Dame's better,
dude.
man. We know this, man. We know Pin.
Okay,
we know,
thank
we know
God.
Dame's better.
Y'all
We
just
know
trolling.
Dame's better.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know. I was not trolling. I was not trolling. I was just trying to have a good, in-depth basketball conversation about
Yes.
how good the immortal Klay Thompson really is. And I wanted to see if there was an angle there that we can show a value for Klay anywhere similar to the value of Dame. And I think there was a point there where we got to a common ground where Klay is very valuable to winning
Absolutely.
4 rings.
Clay
You know what I'm
Thompson
saying?
is closer to Andre Iguodala.
No,
than
don't do that
Andre,
shit,
than
please.
Andre
Okay.
Iguodala.
Oh, is this the
No,
Nick
Ron,
Claxton
no,
thing
Hell
cartoon?
no,
Nick
hell no.
Claxton
We're not
cartoon?
doing that shit. No way.
Ron, what's the separation between Klay Thompson and Dame as shooters? Not just at the long ball line, overall as a shooter. What's the separation between those guys?
When Klay shoots it, you think it's going in every time.
As a pull,
Clay is a bigger
okay,
shooter and a better shooter.
so as a
but
so as
he's
a
more
catch and
open,
shoot,
too.
so as a catch and shoot guy, how far is the gap between these guys? A catch and shoot guy.
I think they got a tier.
Okay, so
God.
now, so then we'll move to pull up shooters. 1 dribble, 2 dribble.
If it's just 1 dribble, 2 dribble,
Still
I don't think it's a difference. I put them in the same tier.
So we're here.
Off of one or two bounces, I got Klay.
But when you get to talking about coming off screens, easy Dame. When you get to talking about breaking somebody down and step backs,
Yes.
easy Dame. When you get to talking about 1 dribble pull ups, that goes back to Klay. Like in the mid range, pump fake, 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble pull up. That's
Oh
Klay.
my God.
I won't argue.
Chill. The entire league is built on guys being too good for their role, winning championships. Okay. D Wade
What
was
does that
too.
mean, Pen?
What it means is when you have a guy like D Wade who has his own team, you get to scheme for him, you get to double him, triple him, you get to direct offense away from him. When he pairs up with a guy like LeBron James, well, now you have a guy who is too good for his role, too good to be a second option. D Wade, 2009, 2010, 2009, way too good to be a second option. Chris Bosh, way too good to be a third option.
Considering who he was.
Yes, of course he was a top 5 player. Yo, chill. We got 30 teams in the league. You got a top 5 player as the second best player on the team. Yeah, he's too good for his role. He could have been the best player on a lot of teams in the league. So what I'm saying is when you do that, this guy doesn't have as much defensive attention on him. So it's the same thing with Dame. Dame was legitimately a top 10 player in the league for a very long time. We're talking almost
100%.
8 years. Okay. You put this guy in that role, and defense is going to scheme for him. They're going to blitz him. He's going to get the best coverage every single night. They're going to try to force the ball out of his hands. They're going to blitz him at half court. But if you put him with Jokic, you put him with KD, you put him with LeBron, well, now you can't do that to him anymore. Now you got to guard him honest. Now you got to guard him with your second best defender. Now you got to leave him open a little bit. Oh my God, he'd kill you. He would kill you. Like, this guy is so good. And that's the advantage that guys who play on these stacked super teams, that's the advantage that they receive in terms of efficiency. And on the inverse, on the inverse, I look at a guy like, I don't know, a guy that y'all selectively left off your top 50 last episode, like Scotty Barnes, playing with guys that you can easily get off of because they can't shoot, Jonathan Mobos and, Jamal Sheds and all these dudes. And you see the defensive attention he gets and the offensive load that he has to produce. And that's the same thing with, that's way worse than what Dame had to work with CJ McCollum in Portland. But the role difficulty has to matter here. It has to matter. Klay Thompson had an easier job. He was great at it. He was amazing at it. But I can say the same thing about Robert Horry. Nobody gives a shit about
easy.
Yo, nobody gives a shit about Robert Horry winning 7 rings. But I'll tell you right now, Robert Horry's 7 rings versus Klay Thompson's 4 rings. Where's the gap here?
What do you mean? Where's the gap?
Where's the gap? Robert Horry was a starter on some of those teams, was he not? He was a great defensive player. He was the third or fourth best player on some of his teams, was he not?
In 98, he started, and after that, he was a rotation player. He didn't start more than 30 games for them.
Fair.
He started on both Houston.
But did he not close a bunch of games for the Lakers?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, why?
Yes, he did. 100% he did.
Was his role ever as big as Klay's?
No.
Did he produce as much as Klay?
Well, Ron, what's the weight of 7 rings versus 4 rings? I don't know. 4 rings can fit on my right hand. 7 rings cannot. So I'm gonna say that, like I'm just saying you cannot measure rings in isolation. Otherwise, you end up with crazy arguments like, I don't know, Bill Russell's better than Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like you just can't.
We don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
measure
crazy.
them in
That's
isolation,
crazy, Mars.
We're talking about the players, and we know the players we're talking about, and we know the rings that they got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Klay had it.
Well,
Klay was
Kobe got
heavily
5.
involved in all 4 of his rings.
But this is the same thing with the MVP bullshit, right? Because we selectively changed the criteria.
Next time we'll just
that we
use
want.
Vorp.
That's not what I'm
James
saying.
Vorp is better for what it's worth.
If James Vorp is better than
3 times
Klay,
better.
then
It's not a little bit better. It's 3 times better. 54
3 times better and is
17.
ringless.
Then yeah, but it doesn't matter. The Vorp clearly
Would Dame trade his Vorp for 4 rings?
I bet he would.
I
guarantee you would.
I would never change that Vorp. There's nothing more valuable than Vorp. So
all right, y'all. Well, Penn actually alluded to what we're about to get into next. You see, we have a top 100 list that we're working on right now, and we are currently 50% of the way there. Yes, we have 50 players. Now we need to get from the 51st ranked player to the 100th best player in the league from last year. So let's go ahead and
how Penn.
No. Today we'll do 25.
This is how Penn currently feels about our list, by the way.
garbage.
I actually sent that to the group chat.
I think our list is quite good.
You think that? Say that with a straight face. You think your list is good?
I think our list is quite good.
Top comment last video. This list is cooked. Also, Mars Talk Sports.
I can lie.
I don't think this list is a problem. We got, when we got 5 guys trying to make one list, actually about 8 people have put their input on this list. So
that is true.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible.
Were you not
going to
send us a link?
Top 100 list. I don't think that's possible.
What do you mean? Oh, y'all didn't get that link?
No, we told you we didn't get that link.
Oh,
there's a link.
Yes, there was supposed to be.
Mars, relax. Don't worry about it, Mars. Don't even worry.
Link in bio.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. For real, because we
go.
know what it is, Ron.
Link coming through right now.
Dope.
Since y'all wanted the link in my bio,
I'm proud. You the one who said you.
Hey, make sure you get the top subscription.
It is straight on when I see this dude. We are boxing. That's all I gotta say.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let me go ahead and just throw this on the screen just so I can catch you guys up. If you're just now tuning in, you don't know what's going on. Well, let's dive into the list and see where we are and how we got to where we are.
Oh, yeah, I got my goat Denny. Nice. Forgot about it.
All right, here we go, y'all. At the top, you got Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Tatum, Anthony Davis, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Wemby, Anthony Edwards, Luka at 10, Jalen Brunson, Steph, Donovan Mitchell, Cade, Cat at 15, Halliburton, Mobley, J-Dub, James Harden, Devin Booker at 20, Damian Lillard, Franz, Darius Garland, Pascal Siakam, Trae Young at 25, Zubac, Triple J, Paolo, Kyrie, Sabonis at 30, Julius Randle, Bam, Chet, Jimmy Butler, Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown at 35. De'Aaron Fox, Zach LaVine, Amin Thompson, Jared Allen, Şengün at 40. Maxey, Hero, Rudy, Desmond Bain, Ja at 45. OG Anunoby, Jamal Murray, Derek White, Austin Reeves, and Denny Avdia at 50. All right, y'all. Do we have any questions? Is it anything that needs to be said? Or
Penn, what's garbage about this list, Penn? What is garbage about this list, Penn? Let's put that out there right now. Let's get right to the meat and potatoes of this shit. What's garbage about the list, Penn? And the fact that Scotty Barnes ain't on it, got to be more than that. Come on, man.
I mean, you said it. Scotty Barnes not on the list. I mean, it's not like y'all forgot about him. I went back and I checked the episode. Ron was like, hey, we got Scotty Barnes. He's available. He started telling you that at 30. I also think that it's quite conspiratorial that we were supposed to do this 30 to 50 the last time I was on. but very conveniently we forgot to do it, or we ran out of time because we were discussing, I don't know, Jerry West or some shit like that. So I just think that it's pretty crazy that y'all pulled this nonsense off. But I debated coming out here and crashing out. I came out. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I get really angry and explain to them why Scotty Barnes is so great, why these guys don't really watch Raptors, blah 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 blah. But you know what? At this point, I'm confirmed on one thing: y'all don't deserve Scotty Barnes on your damn list. So I'm not even gonna bring him up.
I'm perfect. Yeah,
I'm gonna let him fall to 100.
Oh, I don't think he'll fall that far.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
But Pim, for what it's worth, we will have a final conclusion episode where everybody will be up here that's participated in the list, and we will all be able to move certain players where we believe that they belong. And so you'll get a chance to right our wrongs. Okay.
I don't want to right your wrongs.
All right, then. Well, continue to wrong our wrongs then.
The list's been cooked since number 5, so.
Well, Mars, you have an opportunity to write that list at number 5.
Nah, I like the list.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get it on.
Absolutely. Well, here we are, fellas. We are at 51. There are some notable names, as you can see. The notable names are DeMar DeRozan, LaMelo Ball, Jalen Green, Dyson Daniels, Scotty Barnes, Norman Powell, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. Chat, as you guys have been doing so eloquently and so well, I need you guys to continue to throw out names that we may be overlooking or that are not in the conversation that need to be. All right, here we go, y'all. This is the list. We got Denny Avdia at 50, at 51, Chilltown. Who is a suggestion for you, or who are you voting for?
Dyson Daniels.
Back to Dyson.
There's no way we're doing this
again. And the thing about it is, y'all, since it's only 4 you guys up here and 5 including me, I'm gonna have to cast my vote. So
my vote stands with Ox. No, my vote stands with Ox today.
Yo, Mars, let's not do
Ox,
that.
We locked in. We locked in. We locked in. Come on, Ox.
He did the chest
today.
Let's
go. We locked in. Yeah, we locked in. Yeah, we locked in.
All right. Well, Chill said Dyson Daniels.
And by the way, I'm getting boxed out too, Ron. Make sure we clear. I boxed out yesterday. I'm getting boxed again, right? It's a triangle and 2 on me today. That's what it is.
All right.
On me today.
Pin, who you got at 51?
Y'all already got Derek White. Hold on, I'm trying to put this. Y'all got Josh Hart?
No, don't.
But there's another Nick who. Wait, is OG on the list?
Yeah. Apparently
Josh
he made
Hart
it.
did not have a better season than Dyson Daniels last season. I'm losing.
He did not. He did not. But Dyson Daniels.
He didn't. I'm throwing out names. Like I'm not casting a vote for Dyson Daniels. Sorry, I'm not casting a vote for him. I'm just trying to catch up here. Zubac's on the list, right?
He made it long time ago.
Long time. Made it.
How many games did LaMelo play? Anybody know?
47, something like that.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'll say Cam Johnson.
All right, we got one for Cam. Big Ox. Who you rocking with?
Debo.
DeMar DeRozan. Let's get it. I'm with you, Ox. Come on.
All right. Mars got DeMar.
Mars, you are so nasty, Mars. I swear.
I'm locked in with Ox.
Yesterday he was like,
come on.
Whatever.
Right,
Swiping on here. Real talk on here.
All right, well, guess what? I'm locked in with Chill. We got Dyson Daniels.
Yeah.
So here's what we gonna do.
I'll get this wrong.
Here's what we gonna do,
Come
chat.
on.
Hey, chat. Who had a better season last year?
Come on.
We got Dyson Daniels and we got Debo.
This is easy.
Chat,
come on, man. There's no way.
This is easy. What? I mean,
yes.
All right, right quick. Wow, because the chat will get 2 minutes to vote on this. Chill. You have a minute to tell why Dyson Daniels had a better season than Debo, and then Ox, you're gonna get a minute to say why Debo had a better season than DeMar DeRozan.
What?
Chill. Why Debo had a better season than Dyson Daniels. Chill. Go ahead.
You can have the whole 2 minutes. Chill.
My co-host over here, Mars, was the one who turned me on to Dyson Daniels, who I wasn't paying attention to. My panel member was the one who turned me on to Dyson Daniels. I wasn't really paying much attention to him the year before because I was wrapped up in Herb Jones. Then I started watching Dyson Daniels, and the thing that I watched about him, even as a defensive player, how much better he was than what I really thought. His ability to shoot gaps, not only his ability to shoot gaps, his ability to blow up your plays. Not only that, his ability to score more, because he wasn't doing that when he was in New Orleans. I believe that this season that just passed, I think he doubled his scoring production this season. In addition to him doubling his scoring production this season, he became a much better defensive player than he was. He was a good defensive player playing behind Herb Jones, but I think he became a much better defensive player just off of opportunity. And I don't think people recognize your ability when you have more opportunity. We can see your flaws, but we can also see not only how good you are, but how much better you can become. And I think that Dyson Daniels became a lot better this year as a defensive player, shooting gaps, blowing up defensive plays, navigating screens. Even on offense, when Trae Young was off the floor, because I watched a lot of Atlanta games strictly because of Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson. And when Trae Young was on the floor, they would move Dyson Daniels over to the 1, and they were really effective when he played the lead guard spot. So I think that Dyson Daniels, there aren't 50 guys, not 51, not 52, not 55. There aren't 50 guys who had a better season than Dyson Daniels did in the 24-25 season.
All right. Well, here's the thing, y'all. We are a minute in, and it looks like DeMar DeRozan is winning the race by a sliver, 52 to 48. I'm gonna give you guys about another minute to do this.
You must have really convinced him there, Chid. That was some good hoop talk, man. There is no way in the hell I'm debating DeMar DeRozan over versus Dyson Daniels. This is ridiculous.
That's because you're looking at them. That's because you're looking at them too as players, Ox. That's why I ain't looking at them like this. I'm looking at, no. I'm looking at the season that DeMar DeRozan had. I'm looking at the season that.
Oh yeah, me too.
DeMar DeRozan played better than Dyson Daniels.
DeMar DeRozan is a better player. I'm not going to argue that point. He's a better player than Dyson Daniels. I'm not arguing that point. But but
that's what we're talking about. We're talking about as a better player. This last season, DeMar DeRozan was clear.
Am I losing my mind, or is Kawhi not on this list?
He's not on this list.
No, that's
neither is Joel Embiid. Neither. Yeah, Joel Embiid neither.
Yeah, DeMar played better than Dyson.
Because he played 37
I have
games?
my arbitrary line of playing half the season. That's me. Everyone else has just decided to not put Kawhi, but I'm just not going to pick him. Unless Ox picks him, then I stand with Ox. So.
All right, y'all. Well, DeMar DeRozan is 51. We are moving to 52.
Mars, we would really appreciate it if you participated in the list.
We would love for you to participate.
Making it over Dyson Daniels. I think DeMar DeRozan is better than Dyson Daniels. I agree with that placement.
Pin, who you rocking with? 52.
This list is so funny. Okay, let's see. LaMelo Ball. Give me LaMelo.
Hell no.
Why not? LaMelo not a top 50 player?
Like
okay.
Damn, LaMelo seems like you ain't going to go on the list. That's tough.
Big Ox, who you got?
I got Scotty Barnes.
Hey, Pen, how we doing, man? Welcome to the team. Come on, thanks for having me.
Damn, Mars jumped up the ball.
Fine. No, we'll go with straight Barnes. We'll go with straight Barnes. I stand with Ox. We'll go with straight Barnes.
I said what I said. Y'all don't deserve to have him on your list.
Yeah, well, he won't make it. 52.
Dyson Daniels.
Scotty, like you
Chill
telling
has
me.
Dyson Daniels until he makes it.
Okay,
right.
I'll support Dyson Daniels.
You know what's
Dyson
funny?
might win this poll. Yeah, Dyson might win this poll.
You know what's funny? Well, no, because it's two Dysons. It's two. Well, Pin, you're changing yours from LaMelo to Dyson.
Yeah, I want to win.
Well, here's the thing. Scotty Barnes should have been on this list, and I'm leaning towards Scotty Barnes. So Scotty Barnes will get 52. Hip hip hooray,
Ron,
right, Pin?
You said that Scotty Barnes should have been on this list, Ron. If we where should he have been?
I'm gonna put the list up, and I'm gonna tell you where I believe
somewhere in the early 40s.
Barnes is better than Amen Thompson. Just so you know,
Scotty probably should have. He should be right here behind Tyler Hero and Tyrese Maxey. I believe he should be 43.
I'll put him 44 behind Rudy Gobert.
Scotty's better than Julius Randle, in my humble opinion, by any metric, any eye test you want to look at. Okay, especially if you factor in defense.
I think Julius is high.
Julius is at 31.
I think Sabonis is too low as well. Look, I think y'all like penalize guys who weren't on good teams, but they weren't the reason their teams weren't good. Sabonis was not the reason the Kings weren't good. Scotty was definitely not the reason the Raptors weren't good. I think when you look at players in unoptimal situations, it only seems to impact certain guys, Like y'all not using consistent logic. If y'all using consistent logic, why is Tyrese Maxey not getting docked for being on a losing team? He had a terrible season.
So that's why he's at 40.
Okay, well, Scotty Barnes is a better player than Tyrese Maxey.
No, he's not.
I don't think most people agree with you. But
but I think most people are not looking at defense. Okay, here's the thing. I look at the quality of talent you're playing with. Okay. Yeah. And I think Scotty Barnes played with one of the worst rosters I've seen in my lifetime last year. The best player he actually played with, don't bring up Brandon Ingram, was Jakob freaking Poeltl. That was his best teammate.
Led the team in offensive win shares. Yes.
And that was his best teammate. That was his best finisher. Also happens to be a very bad fit for him because he can't shoot. So he's clogging the paint that Scotty desperately needs to attack. I'm just saying there's a way that if I use Wemby like Steph Curry, I can make him look really bad. Okay, I really can. Using players in suboptimal situations because you're trying to tank does not take away from who those players actually are. And here's what Scotty did. In 44 games to end the season, the Raptors were a top 5 defense while playing G League players and rookie players because his defensive impact was just that damn good. Was his offense inefficient? No, it's his three-point shooting that was inefficient that dragged down his entire offensive production. According to B-Ball Index, he was A+ in terms of mid-range finishing talent. He was an A+ defender across the board. Yes, mid-range finishing talent. Yes, mid-range pull-up shooting from mid-range.
What the hell is mid-range finishing talent?
That sounds like a swiper word.
I agree. His mid-range, I like his little turnaround jumper. I like it. Just mid-range finishing talent, just interesting.
Well, finishing out of the mid-range. So what do you do when you're in the mid-range? That's what it is.
How do they determine if it's a talent?
I just think his low, like if you put like, okay, look, the last time we saw Scotty with a competent team around him was 2022, 2023 for half a season. When he had OG, when he had Pascal, when he had Dennis Schroeder, when he had Jakob Poeltl. To me, that resembles a normal NBA team.
What are we doing? Scotty, Tyrese Halliburton.
Sophomore slump. Interesting.
Tyrese Halliburton had Joel Embiid, who was running like he had a piano on his back.
You mean Tyrese
Maxey?
That's what I'm.
You said Halliburton.
I'm sorry, I apologize. Tyrese Maxey. He had a Joel Embiid who was running like he had a piano on his back. He had a shell of himself, Paul George. He had a McCain who he barely played. He ended up getting hurt, right? So to use your logic with the guys that he was playing with, what was Maxey playing with exactly? And on top of that, with him playing with that, he still was producing.
Chill. Who's better, Gershon Yabusele or Jonathan Mobo? Like, be for real here. Scotty played with G League players. Who's better for real, Quentin Grimes or Colin Castleton? Yeah, I need you to really pay attention to who Scotty was playing with last year. Orlando Robinson was a freaking starter for this team for many games.
How many games did Tyrese Maxey play with Quentin Grimes? Because Maxey didn't play the last month.
5 minutes.
And by the way, since y'all are factoring in games played, Maxey played 52 games. Scotty played 65. So he played 13 more games. He was a much better defender. He played with worse talent. His team won more games, but y'all gave the edge to Maxey. Based on what? Not analytics.
I stood with Swiper, so
that's all I'm saying, man. This is a name recognition award. I don't know what this is, but that's why I said, I would have let Scotty fall to 100 if y'all didn't want to vote for him. That's perfectly fine. It don't matter. Y'all will look at this list next year and cry, for real.
Well, the list is based on who played better this season. So if Scotty Barnes turns into an MVP, that doesn't change anything about what this list was.
Yeah, it does, though. But that's the point. Well, look, man.
Because we've had guys, Penn.
Your point is that Scotty Barnes was used suboptimally because of development and that the roster sucked. Cool. But the list isn't about who's the best players in the NBA. The list is who played the best this year. Whether you like it or not, Scotty Barnes didn't play to the best of his ability this year because he was used suboptimally. Because they decided, hey, Scotty Barnes, develop your pull-up three-point shot. Scotty Barnes shooting a bunch of pull-up threes. Bad basketball.
But so you're missing the defensive impact part of this, Mars, because on defense, he anchored a defense.
I picked Scotty Barnes. You picked Dyson Daniels. I just picked Scotty Barnes. So I'm missing it when I'm the one who says Scotty Barnes. You missed it.
To be clear, I think Scotty's the top 20 player in the league.
Well, you weren't going to get no cosigns on that, so that's cool. But I just picked Scotty Barnes. Be mad at Chill picking Dyson Daniels. Me, Ox, and Ron all picked Scotty Barnes, and you're arguing at us for getting Scotty Barnes on the list.
Y'all were debating.
We were the 3 votes.
Y'all were at the All-Star break. Am I wrong or right? Well, y'all were debating him as a top 25 player. You You remember the panel live?
I have
25.
I have actually.
The
What
list.
was this?
You were there. You were. I mean, you
Mid-
weren't really there. You were kind of half asleep, but you were
Okay,
there.
so okay, makes sense. I'm erasing that from memory. Square Bones for 25 player.
He was in.
Was that around the time you said he was better than LeBron and Kyrie?
On playback? What happens on playback stays on playback. You can't bring playback takes into the panel. That's not how we swing.
Those are the ones I remember. So, but
Where do we have him?
So we did our top 75 players. Let me just throw this on the screen. This is hilarious. This was at All-Star break. This was our top 75 players. Funny how things change. Here we go, y'all.
And I want to let you know that from this point, Scotty actually turned that entire defense around. He played much better from this point onward.
Was this a list where we did everyone gets a vote, or is it Chill picks first place, I pick second?
No, I'm pretty sure everybody got a vote.
Okay, just want to make sure.
All right, here we go. Steph was outside the top 10.
Look at DeMontis
KD
at
was
16.
10.
Yeah, I don't think this might.
Hey.
Is this the one we did at
Yeah.
PC weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn,
No,
it looks
we
like
did it at like 12 midnight.
No.
Okay, interesting. Okay,
check out Debo. Check out.
yeah.
check
This
out
the list.
De'Aaron.
This the list we going to. Okay.
Oh well, I don't see no Scotty. Scotty 31.
31,
Okay.
so not top 25. Okay.
Oh, but look at Hallie. Damn, some of this.
Well, because 33 is up there. Yeah, you
No,
got
hold on.
33.
Go back down for a second. You got some of these numbers messed up. So you got 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27,
They got
28.
moved.
You had
They
them at
got
28, bro.
Yeah, they got
Scotty at
moved
28.
down.
The number's not where they are.
Mobley at
Those
33.
guys got moved down because they didn't play. Yeah,
No.
but this is the list we're going to.
Scotty
This
was
stupid list.
ahead of Şengün. So you had Scotty top 30. And apparently, according to your logic, because I know you're very, very concerned with logic. I hear you talk about it every day, panel on the panel, Mars. According
Indeed,
to
I
your
do.
logic, a dude who played way better from when y'all made this list fell 20 spots on your list. Go make it make
According
sense.
to my logic, the list that you're alluding to was a list I vehemently disagreed with.
Okay, cool. So largely the
So,
same,
I guess.
the same people. By the way,
I vehemently disagreed with
I
that
didn't,
list.
I didn't
I mean,
participate in
I
that list, and I certainly didn't participate in the top 50 of this list. So it's the same people.
You
Well,
definitely participated in that list. That's the list where Ron had us all backstage in the StreamYard and we had to text him the players.
I
remember.
participated in that list.
Yes, everyone was backstage. It was me, Ox,
you was
Chill,
there, Pin.
and Ron was
That
on
was the
the
one from
stage.
PC weekend.
Yeah, we started at PC weekend, and that's how we ended up getting DeMontis in that. But then we didn't finish at PC weekend because we only did like 20 or so names. Then we did it behind the scenes. I remember everyone was in a StreamYard. Spoiler alert, this is how the panel was produced. Everyone was in a StreamYard. Ron was on the stage. Ron said, text me your pick. Everyone had to text Ron his pick, and then whoever made it, Ron would put down. So let's say I picked Jalen Green. And let's say for whatever reason, Ox picked Jalen Green too. Jalen Green had 2 votes. Chill picked Denny Avdia. Penn picked Scotty Barnes. And someone else picked Julius Randle. Jalen Green would go on the list. Then Ron would say, text me your next pick. Jalen Green is off the boards. So me and Ox would have to send a different player. And everyone else could either say, I'm sticking with my pick. Or they change their pick. That's how we did it. That's exactly how the list unfolded.
That's the PC
I disagreed with
weekend
Scotty
one?
Barnes on the list at that time. Because I can assure you, I never let me see if I've ever sent Ron a text saying the word Scotty Barnes. I can guarantee you I haven't. I can guarantee you I haven't.
It started at PC weekend, Pin, but we didn't finish it because we did the whole episode and we didn't want to do the whole episode.
I remember Jordan
We did a
talking
lot of
about
talking
Scotty
and
Barnes
discussing
at
stuff.
PC weekend, and I was like, that's dope. And I also remember when y'all put him on the list, y'all actually said, shout out to Penn, blah, 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 blah. I wasn't texting y'all at that point, so I don't know what you're
Right,
talking
Pin. I know we finished it up doing it.
The only message I've ever sent to Ron saying the word Scotty Barnes was October 14th, 2023, when Ron said, send me your top 3 for most improved player for the 23-24 season. I had Scotty Barnes second. That's the only time I've ever said the word Scotty Barnes to Ron. So I can assure you that list and Scotty Barnes placement had nothing to do with me.
Well,
I disagreed with that back then.
Mars, I just checked my messages this morning. and you sent me a message that said, let's get Scotty Barnes below 75. I want to infuriate Ben. So there is that message too. But Ben, I wasn't going to let this slide. And I don't think Mars knew that him siding with Ox was going to get Scotty Barnes. Where it got Scotty Barnes.
Definitely didn't expect that. Definitely didn't expect that.
But Scotty Barnes is on the list.
I'm a Scotty Barnes fan. I think Scotty should be somewhere in the low 40s, high 30s somewhere. I'm a Scotty Barnes fan.
I also never sent that text, by the way, just so you guys know.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think him behind Tyler Hero, behind Alperen Sengun, behind Maxey, behind Jared Allen. I don't know about Amin. We can go back.
The Raptors win more games if they had Tyler Hero.
It's not at Penn. He had what he had.
Okay.
Like that's probably why LaMelo's not on the list.
You know what, Ron? You know what I wish on you? I wish that you have to run a pick and roll with Colin Castleton. That's what I wish on you.
Okay? Me and Colin Castleton is busy. I had that boy ready for a max contract. MIP.
Yeah. I want you to run a pick and roll with Colin Castleton. And then I want you, when the defense reacts to that, I want you to throw it to Jonathan Mobo and Jamal Shed for threes in the corner. That's what I want your offense to be provided on.
Okay? I done ran pick and rolls with worse and got busy.
Can we get to the rest of the list? We got 24.
Please, can we do that?
All right, so we got Scotty Barnes at 52. Chill. It is on you. Some notable names. Well, you
have Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels. We going Dyson Daniels.
All right, well,
I'm going Dyson Daniels too.
All right, Dyson Daniels.
We got
Dyson Daniels.
Is this Norman Powell time?
Yo, Penn, this is Mars. This is sick. This is sick. Yeah,
I mean, it's not Dyson Daniels, so I'm probably going to agree with you.
It definitely is Norman Powell time, but this is crazy, Mars. You got to get it. You got to get involved. The people want to hear your input.
It's not Dyson Daniels.
The people want to hear.
You got LaMelo. Ron, you got LaMelo.
Ox, who you got?
I got Norman.
No, he doesn't have LaMelo.
Ron, you got LaMelo. Ron, you got LaMelo.
I do got LaMelo.
Hey, Ron, let's go. Come on.
Got LaMelo. Like it's no way LaMelo's 53.
Yeah,
but
come on.
This is nasty. No,
all right,
LaMelo is clearly better than Dyson Daniels, by the way. Just
all right, LaMelo at 53. He is off the list. Ox, we back on you. We're not back on you, Ox. Pin. No, Mars. No, Ox. Hey, come on. Who you got?
I got Norman Powell.
Oh, all right.
Hey. Okay. Norman, come on.
Norman Powell better than LaMelo Ball.
No, LaMelo just made it. LaMelo just made it.
Thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
Dyson Daniels.
Norman Powell.
Chill. You got Dyson?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think we all know that Dyson Daniels is 54th on this list.
Perfect.
Oh, well, here's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, Ox, I'm assuming you're staying with Norman, but Pin and Chill. Who do you have?
Did Norman Powell have a better season than Mikal Bridges?
I don't know if he had a better season than Miles Bridges, but that's a debate for another day.
That is a fact.
Yeah. I think he did. There was a stretch where we was having a real conversation about him being the I had him as the MIP. I'll take Norman Powell.
Dyson Daniels was better than Norman Powell, but you had Dyson. Okay.
Well, there was a stretch. There was a stretch when Norman was playing better. It happens. Just like the MVP, there was a stretch when
it was most of the season.
No, it wasn't. Mm-mm.
You was at the All-Star break saying Norman Powell should have been an All-Star. That means there was only 2 months left in the season. Yes. I watched Chill. You said he should have been over James Harden. Yeah, we got James Harden at 19. And that was your doing, by the way. You had James Harden that high. You told me Norman Powell, well, you told the people, I'm sure. Yeah. Norman Powell not only should have been an all-star, was the best scorer on the Clippers. Now you're saying most improved, but now he's below Dyson Daniels for you?
Yes, because he.
When did you say Dyson Daniels should have been an all-star? You didn't say that.
I didn't say that. Dyson Daniels should have been also. However, Norman Powell did fall off. Dyson Daniels didn't. And on the defensive side of the ball, the last 2 months
of the season is what moved you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The last 2 months of the season. And that defense is what moved me with Norman Powell. I'm with Dyson Daniels.
I'm going to go with Josh Hart. Yes. I think Josh Hart had one of the most criminally underrated seasons of,
I did say that. Yes, I did.
This is crazy. He shot 62% from 2. That is ridiculous. I don't care if you think he's a role player, if you don't think he's the best player, second best player on his team. He was a great player on a winning team.
Did he have a better season than Mikal Bridges?
Yes.
See,
he was more efficient. Like in terms of, again, complexity of role, closing, hot sauce handles, this stuff doesn't matter to me more so than connected playmaking, low error rate, efficient finishing, right? Like you could say, okay, Josh Hart wasn't doing the tween stuff to close the game. Fine. But I don't need my third option necessarily doing that. I need my third option cutting. I need my third option screening, playing defense, getting offensive rebounds. I need my third option to be sometimes a dirty work guy. And Josh Hart does a lot of that stuff. I think he's just being super slept on in this list, for real.
Well, he was the fifth option first, but before we get into that, Chill, Mars, Ox, you guys are all going with Norman Powell?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going with Norman Powell.
Norman Powell will be 55th on the list. Now, Penn, you are still rocking with Josh Hart, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna rock with Josh Hart until he gets on this list. Wait, Aaron Gordon ain't on the list?
No, he's not.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I changed my vote to Aaron Gordon. I'm fickle like that.
He's next. I think he was better than all of these other notable names. Aaron Gordon was definitely better than Jalen Green, Norman Powell, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson.
I was hearing Jalen Green mentions at 30 from Mars.
Absolutely.
Stand on that.
This really is Jalen Green territory, like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like it because there's 10 players, 15, 20
Can I
players.
get an explanation on how Dyson Daniels was better than Alex Caruso?
Played more minutes.
Way more consistent throughout the season than Alex Caruso.
How?
What do you mean how? He played more minutes.
How?
He had a bigger role. He impacted.
That doesn't mean he was more consistent. That's just means
he consistently played more. And
Alex, but you said he was more consistent, not he played more.
Well, he
so it's not even because he played more. I'm fine with that being a reason.
Yeah. He played. Okay, he started. He had a bigger role on his team. Okay. He just did more altogether.
But
now,
the list
you can say who was more impactful
right?
in there. Yeah. But
I think.
Alex Caruso. I'm not mad at Alex Caruso's name getting.
Wait a minute. So Dyson Daniels, who had a bigger role on the defense. Alex Caruso, who was on a defense, which was way more connected,
Caruso's
it made
a better defender than Dyson Daniels.
I'm not arguing that point, but I think Alex Caruso is a better on-ball defender than Dyson Daniels. I think Dyson Daniels is better. I think Dyson Daniels is better in the gaps. I think Dyson Daniels is. I think Dyson Daniels
it's the flip. I think it's the flip.
I think it's probably the flip too, but
I think Dyson Daniels is better in the gaps. I think his hands are busier. I think that. This guy is, why am I throwing a blank on his name? I'm sorry. But Caruso, I'm sorry. I think Caruso is better on ball. I think Dyson Daniels is better in the gaps. I think he's a better rebounder. I think he's just as good as Alex Caruso at blowing up plays because I think he's just as good at navigating screens. But when you talk about the consistency, Mars, you just said yourself, you're not interested in guys missing as many games as they missed.
No, I said half the season.
Caruso's
right.
Caruso played 54 games and then played the whole playoffs.
Right, he did play 50.
Hold on.
Well, Atlanta didn't make the playoffs. Atlanta didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately.
No, use minutes played.
Okay,
2,500
games.
versus
Caruso
1,000.
played 77 once you include the playoffs.
Forget
but
games
Atlanta
played,
didn't make the playoffs,
their
right?
minutes are not
so they
scaled.
played the same amount of games.
Okay, and in the same amount of games.
That's not true. That's disingenuous. That's an illogical argument because if we're using impact, right? You got to factor in that Dyson Daniels played nearly 2,600 minutes in the regular season, and he was doing a much harder job, in my opinion, because he's carrying a defense that is. So even if I agree that Alex Caruso is definitively, in my opinion, a better player than Dyson Daniels, and I'm a huge Dyson guy, and I'm a huge Alex guy, so I'm kind of like rooting like one hand against the other. But for real, the complexity of the role and playing almost 300% more minutes. How can we how are you using playoffs to bridge that gap by games played?
And he looked
the same amount of games. That's why.
So if I play 82 games but I play 10 minutes a game versus I play 60 games but I play 40 minutes a game, you're going to give the advantage to the guy who gets 82 games?
I don't
At
think
10
that's
minutes?
equivalent. I don't think that's
That's
equivalent.
the same thing, Mars. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is
That's what
similar.
you're saying.
2,500
your
minutes
stance,
played.
Mars, is that he played the
Well,
same
no,
amount of
'cause
games.
Kareem-
2,600,
And
25.
one played in the playoffs, and one went to the finals. The same reason why
Right,
Chet
but he
managed
didn't
to
play.
make this, playing
But
30 games this season.
But here's the difference, though, Mars. He didn't play as many minutes, though. That's the point.
Okay.
And he
So,
wasn't. As
How many
active
minutes did Chet
in-
play this season?
Okay. So if I take all of Alex Caruso's playoff minutes and all of his regular season minutes,
Yeah, he only
still
played
played
like
1,000 less
1,500.
minutes
Yes,
than
I
Dyson
know.
Daniels.
I know how many minutes he played. How many minutes did Chet play this season?
Is Chet on
How
the
many
list?
minutes did Chet
Yes,
play?
he's at
Yeah,
like
Chet's on the
32.
list, but no, because Chet supersedes all of that. Like
Because
we're
he's
talking,
better than him?
we're talking about Caruso and we're talking about Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, we're talking about the 50s. That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about. We're talking about being ranked in the
Chet
50s.
wasn't a 50th
Chet
ranked
played
player.
807.
I agree. I don't have a problem. Like, I'm not saying Chet shouldn't be on the list. I'm saying I think Caruso played better.
Chet played.
And I'm saying if the
Chet played
argument is, oh, well,
807.
Dyson Daniels played more minutes, so he has to be higher because he was more valuable over the course of the season, then my pushback is, how did Chet get in the 30s?
Because he deserves
That's
to be in the
that's-
30s.
Based on the minutes played argument, I don't see how he's over guys like Şengün. I don't see how that makes sense.
But how many games did
No,
Chet play?
32 in the
32
regular
games.
season,
He
55
played
total.
800, and he played 877.
He played less minutes in the regular season than Caruso did.
Yeah, but Chet was the second or third option on a championship team.
And that's why he's not in the
Caruso was
50s.
the
I'm fine. I'm saying he's in the
7th,
30s.
8th, 9th, 5th,
But
some
he's
night.
in the
should be on-
30s. So I'm comparing him to the rest of the 30s. I'm comparing Chet to the rest of the 30s. So you got Julius Randle. I can't remember who came right after Chet. I know Paolo's in and around that range.
Jalen Brown,
Jimmy
De'Aaron
Butler, all
Fox,
of these
Zach
guys
LaVine,
who played 20 plus more games. Zach LaVine played 75 games, but Chet got into the 30s. And
It's
it's
crazy
in
that
large
you
part
bring this
because of
up.
what he did in the playoffs, which is great. I think Chet was amazing in the playoffs. I also think Caruso was amazing in the playoffs. And Caruso in total may have played more minutes this season than Chet. I don't know for sure. He may have. Point being, one's in the 30s and one's in the 50s. My argument is, I think Caruso played better. When he was on the court, I think he was playing better than Dyson. If the argument is minutes played, then how did Chet make it into the 30s over some of the people who are behind him? That's all I'm asking.
One, he's a starter. Alex Caruso wasn't a starter. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, he had a bigger role defensively on the crew, because that's primarily what Alex Caruso is on here for. He had a much bigger role defensively. He was the rim protector. He was their rebounder. He was their paint presence. Alex Caruso was don't get me wrong, Alex Caruso as a great on-ball defender, but he was definitely more of a connector when it came to that sort of stuff, because those guys were connected to him. Cason Wallace, J-Dub. When we're talking about Chet Holmgren, I think Chet was more of the anchor of that defense as opposed to what Alex Caruso was.
They both played around the same number of minutes. Chet and Alex Caruso both played around 1,500 to 1,600 minutes. They were close, but Chet was just way better. I understand that.
30s, which I think is.
Well, you know what? If
But
you want
it's
to
fine,
make
okay.
an argument for Alex Caruso being higher, I agree with you.
Mm.
I think Alex Caruso should be higher.
I'm not trying to make that argument. I'm making the argument he played better than Dyson. But I am derailing the show, so I apologize. Caruso's not going to make it, so I apologize for wasting everyone's time.
He can though. Like
He's not. I vote with Ox, and I don't think Ox is going with Caruso. So
all right. Well, either way it goes, we are at Norman Powell at 55. Pin. Who are you rocking with now?
Alex Caruso.
There you
Aaron
go.
Gordon. I don't know. Pick one. Aaron Gordon. I'll go to Aaron Gordon.
All right, Aaron Gordon. I like that pick. Chill.
Aaron Gordon was awesome this season. Was he better than Jalen Green this year?
Yes.
games
I
played
don't know.
or 82.
I-
How many minutes did
I
Aaron Gordon
don't
play?
know. I really
Aaron
don't
Gordon
know.
only played 51 games. 1,400 minutes.
So I can't say that. I can't use that logic. No, I can't use that logic. So what I'm gonna have to go with, I'm gonna have to go with what Jalen Green did on the floor as opposed to what Aaron Gordon did.
700 minutes, exactly. Twice as
Played
much.
more. Like I gotta get off the minutes. All right. I can't use that logic because we just threw a monkey wrench in that logic. So we can't use that. All right, so let's stick with what Aaron Gordon did on the floor as opposed to what Jalen Green did on the floor. Jalen Green, the lead scorer of that Houston Rockets team. He was their best two guard. Yeah, a 2C. He was their best two guard. In addition to him being their best two guard, they ran a lot of their offense with him. Was he more consistent as a jump shooter? Was he more consistent as a scorer than Aaron Gordon? I'd like to think he was. Now that I think about it, I'm going to take Jalen Green over Aaron Gordon here.
Oh my God.
Chill. I mean,
Yeah, minutes
so you
played,
got
minutes played.
I'm gonna go with chill and take Jalen Green as well.
Mhm.
My vote's with Rox, and I have no problem with this one.
All right.
No problem.
Like-
Jalen Green is coming in hot at 56.
Leading scorer on the 2 seed being ranked outside the top 50. Has that ever happened before?
Yeah, I do think that this is kind of low for Jalen as well.
I agree.
Well, he didn't make the All-Star team, which is nuts to me also. So
That's
A lot
not
of these
nuts
guys
at
didn't make the
all.
All-Star team.
Crazy to me. Crazy to me.
He's the
man.
leading scorer on where were they offensively? 13th. They were the 13th ranked team.
A top half
that's
offense.
above average.
This
That's
one is
above
our problem.
average.
Ben, I'm pretty sure we can go through the league history. Now, I guarantee 80% of the time, the leading scorer on the 13th ranked team is probably All-Star.
Okay, but he's not a leading scorer. Like, again, it's like rigging something. You know what I mean? It's like saying like this guy's a leading scorer on a 70-win team, and like they're the best defensive team of all time, and he just happens to be the guy who scores 20 points. There's a reason they dealt him, man. The minute
Yeah,
they
because
signed
Kevin
him,
Durant became available. Yes.
no,
God
they were-
forbid.
Okay, first of all,
Yes,
they have,
and that's exactly why they dealt.
That's
him.
not-
God forbid. Kevin Wayne Durant.
It's no
I don't want
other
to hear
reason why
nothing
they
he's
about
dealt
you
available.
follow the Rockets if you think that they were trying to hold on to him. If you thought that they signed him to a deal that was considerably less than the deal that Franz signed, Evan Mobley signed, Cade signed, Scotty signed. So they're telling you and they're telling him, we don't see you like that. They also signed him to a 3-year deal, which is saying we don't trust you to get that much better, because if you trusted him to get way better and he's such a great scorer, well, you'd have it in your interest to sign him to a longer deal, right? You want him under team control for 5 years. No, they wanted to move him. The second they signed him, they wanted to move him. And guess what? They moved him before they paid him a dime of that money because they don't value
Kevin
him.
Durant became available. Yeah.
It's not because Kevin Durant
That-
became available. They were shopping him for a long time, man.
Kevin
He
Durant
has
became
been in the orbit of available. Him, Jonathan Kuminga, Josh Giddey. I promise you, none of the Cam Thomas. Add that. These guys are getting paid because they're young, because they're high draft picks or first round picks that put up big numbers. But I'm telling you, these teams do not value
None of
them
them have
that
actually
way.
been paid. other
But
than Jalen
Penn,
Brown.
what does that have to do with what he produced last year?
I'm telling you that the team that is in charge of paying him, the team that drafted him, the team that traded him, did not value him as the 54th best player in the league,
okay.
because you do not trade the 54th or where did he come up? 56? Whatever.
56, yeah.
56.
For the
You do
eighth
not
best player
trade-
wherever Kevin Durant came?
Bro.
Well, I mean,
He's
Norman
20
Powell, was he valued? Because he was
First
the
of all,
55th pick, and he
Jalen
just got
Green
traded.
was not traded straight up for Kevin Durant. First of all,
Yeah, it was
He
Jalen Green
he
and
was
Dylan
traded
Brooks,
with
who
a
hasn't
very
come on the list, by the way.
Okay, first of all, context. You did not just trade Jalen Green for the 8th best player. Let's not lie about it. Okay, you traded a very valuable asset in the number 10 pick, a lottery pick, a top 10 pick, and you traded it to a team that people felt did not really, have a future. You also added Dylan Brooks, who is, if I'm not mistaken, he's an expiring contract and he's a serviceable starter. And everybody unanimously agreed that you lost the deal. So you got all those amazing pieces back. You got 3 pieces back for one
disagree,
piece.
but-
And most people
Yeah,
said the
because you
Phoenix
traded
Suns
the top
lost.
10 player in the
And
you
oh,
traded
by
top
the
10
way,
player in
that
the
top
planet,
10
yes.
player is 37 years old,
Yeah, he's a top 10
and
player in the planet, yes.
he's on an expiring contract.
So, Penn,
And
can I
which-
can I
which
ask
he's
you some
going to
questions?
expect.
Go ahead.
Is Norman Powell not valued? He was ahead of Jalen Green. He was 55th. Is he not valued?
He was valued, but he got you John Collins and Bradley Beal.
Yes.
Those are
It is.
two
So
really good
Jalen
players.
Green gets you Kevin Durant. He's not valued.
But Jalen Green
Norman
didn't get
Powell
you Kevin
Gets
Durant.
you John Collins.
Bro,
he's
this is so silly. Yo, Jalen Green.
Hold on, no, Penn. I'm not done. I got some more names. At number 44 on this list, was Desmond Bane not valued?
Yeah, you got 5 first-round picks
Desmond Bane gets you Contavious Caldwell Pope. He's
and
valued.
5 first-round picks.
Jalen
Jalen
Green
Green
gets you
gets Kevin
Kevin Wayne Durant.
Oh my
He's
god.
not valued.
I'm gonna let you know. Most people who have like half a brain cell when it comes to basketball understand that Jalen Green was not the most valuable thing that the Phoenix Suns got back. Okay, I'm letting you know that most analysts who cover this game are paid covered to cover this game know that Kaman Malawach was the centerpiece of that deal. Jalen Green was what RJ Barrett was in the OG Anunoby trade: collateral damage, filler contract. If you can rehab his value, great. But the league is not trying to pay these dudes. They overpaid him. $30 million is an overpay for Jalen Green. He's not like that.
Yo, Penn, was De'Aaron Fox at 36 overvalued
No.
or undervalued?
De'Aaron Fox is different, bro. Like, you're not comparing De'Aaron Fox to Jalen Green. Like, De'Aaron Fox is on a different level as a creator, as a defender. Like, he's a better player. Fundamentally, he is a better player. I'm not saying he's like leap years better. I'm not saying he's a top 20 player, but he's closer to that conversation than Jalen Green is. Jalen Green's empty calorie scorer who thrived on a great defensive team, often lost minutes. The year before, he was getting benched in fourth quarters, critical fourth quarters, because they did not trust him defensively. He's not a great creator. He does not spot the game well. He does not read the game well. He doesn't do a lot without the basketball. I'm not saying he's a bum. He's a top 100 guy, but he's not a $30 million player in today's CBA.
I'm just trying to figure out what all this has to do with him being at 56.
He's not better than a lot of players y'all left on the board. He's not better than Alex Caruso. He's not better than Aaron Gordon. He's not better than Josh Hart. He's not better than a lot of these guys.
He had a better season than these guys.
That's all this is about.
He had a better season.
Is Aaron Gordon twice as good as Jalen Green?
No.
Is that the argument you're making?
Twice as good?
Jalen Green played twice as many minutes.
No, we're not doing that.
Cool.
So,
all right, y'all. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get back to the list. Big Ox, I'm going to start with you at 57. Norman Powell, Jalen Green are off the list. Who you got? Notable names: Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Josh Hart.
Tari Eason is a better player than him.
How many minutes
Jalen Green?
There you go. Get no pushback to me from me.
I don't care. I don't care how many minutes he played. He played better in the minutes he played.
I do think Tari Eason is heavily underrated.
I got pushback. Tari Eason.
Come on, y'all. Mars.
Off as many minutes.
Is Trey Murphy better than him?
Yeah.
Ron banned himself for that. Yeah,
Trey Murphy played 800 less minutes. Interesting.
Don't care. Trey Murphy is better than him. Tari Eason is better than him.
Tari Eason is not better than Jalen Green. No, he isn't.
Yes, he is.
No, he is not.
Hey,
this is nonsense. What we doing? No, he ain't, man.
Shout out my dog Tari, man.
I like
Yo, who cares? We are
yeah, number 57. Number 57.
I don't care who you think is better. Let's get this list out the way.
Who you got, Ox?
Aaron Gordon already made the list, right?
No, he hasn't.
Man, the playoff run that Aaron Gordon had.
2-game winners, right?
Big game winners too. Really big game winners. And he played good in those games too. I just wish he wouldn't have been hurt. And I think he would even had a much more impressive playoff run. But what Alex Caruso did, won his team a championship. Not to say that, he won them the championship. Y'all get what I'm saying.
You could argue they don't win it without him. Like
they don't. No, they don't. Yeah. But that also goes. That's the same for J-Dub, same for Chet, same for obviously SGA. I would have to vote Alex Caruso over Aaron Gordon.
All right. So hold on. All right, so we got one for Caruso. Chill. Who you rocking with?
Aaron Gordon.
You have 2 for Caruso because last time divorce.
Was Aaron Gordon better than Jamal Murray last year?
No.
Oh, I forgot.
Jamal Murray's already on it.
I understand that. Jamal Murray is on the list. I'm just saying. There's no case?
No.
You can make the case if you want, but I'm going to say no.
I think it was clear cut that Jamal Murray was the second.
Jamal Murray's been the Nuggets' second best player for like 7 years.
Ever.
It's been a while.
And sometimes even the first when they play the Lakers.
But Pin, who you got?
That's so nasty.
Who about I've been petitioning for that hasn't gotten on the list?
You've been petitioning for. You said Cam Johnson, Aaron Gordon. You said
Josh Hart, Tari Eason. Those are my guys.
Josh Hart.
I'm just gonna circle through them. So I'm gonna give Josh Hart. I'm just gonna keep mentioning him. Josh Hart.
All right, you're going with Josh Hart. All right, I am going with Aaron Gordon. So we are going to run a poll right quick: Alex Caruso or Aaron Gordon.
Wait, you going with Aaron? I'll give you Aaron. Okay, y'all don't. I'll side with
Chad's saying Lou Dort over Caruso, which I actually think is fair.
Lou Dort over Caruso.
Really not mad at that either.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm really not. I'll add
Lou Dort
Caruso
played
to the
how many
names.
games?
For
Better
the,
shooter.
for the
Better
season, I
defender.
think
This season that just passed.
Yeah, Lou Dort played 17
I'm-
more regular season games.
I'm saying
more playoff minutes.
the regular season,
And he played more minutes too.
Better
in the
defender.
regular season. I think Lou probably might have
shooter.
edged Alex out a little bit, but when the playoffs came around, I think Alex Caruso
But
was much
Lou
more
still
impactful.
played big minutes. He was. I'm
not saying he didn't, but I
here's
think
the thing.
Alex was much more impactful than Lou in the playoffs.
Alex Caruso.
I agree, but
Alex Caruso has a higher ceiling, and ironically, he has a higher floor too. Like when he plays, he's just going to be better than Lou Dort. But we know what we gonna get from Lou Dort night in and night out, and he's available night in and night out.
I think Caruso is better.
If y'all don't remember, there was a time. Matter of fact, Penn lost it on me because I pointed out the fact that Casey Wallace actually saved Lou Dort's ass in the playoff and winning the playoff games. Lou came up short.
Oh yeah.
Respectfully, Ox, it doesn't take a lot to have me lose.
Lou came up short more than a few times in the playoffs. Y'all. More than a few times.
Yeah, but Casey Wallace, that's Ryan Emhart's, carbon copy. So
Hey, did we say? I'm sorry. I gotta take my. I gotta take my vote.
Andrew.
Did we say Draymond yet?
We haven't.
Nope.
Draymond. I'm sorry, Draymond. I take that. Draymond. I apologize.
Dyson was better than Draymond.
I apologize, Draymond. I can't believe it. I'm wild as hell.
Dyson was better than Draymond, though.
Yeah, he was.
Score more, rebounded more. He got higher in DPOY than him. And he got the MIP.
Yeah, I'm taking Draymond.
But
I can't believe we forgot Draymond. I apologize. Dre, if you're watching this and I skipped you, I apologize, brother. Draymond.
Dre, if you're watching this and you got a problem, mention us on your podcast.
I'm saying, but wait, what number are we at right now, Ryan?
57.
57. Okay, so we gotta think about it. There's 30 teams in the NBA.
Would Draymond be the second best player on some of those teams?
Right. So I'm just saying, like, to not be top 60 sounds crazy just because it's 60. It's the number 60, but there's 30 teams in the NBA. So
even if it's 30 teams in the NBA, if you look at the landscape of the league, if Draymond played, where's Draymond on the Cavs? If he played on that Cavs team,
he would.
He's not even with their fifth best
on
player.
the bench.
Y'all realize we don't have a single bull on this list?
He don't even start.
Why would you?
No Kobe White. No Josh Giddey. No Nick Vucevic.
Who is Draymond playing over? Max Strus, get off the floor.
All right.
Draymond at the 3.
So I'm supposed to believe that Jalen Green is better than Nick Vucevic.
Evan Mobley would have.
Draymond's at the 3.
No. Yes,
I mean, really, Draymond at the point guard for real. If you
just bring Draymond off the bench, god damn.
No, you're not doing that. Get Max Strus.
My front court is gonna be Draymond, Mobley, and Jarrett Allen.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
that's your front court.
All right,
yeah, so we just gonna say, hey, Garland and Mitchell, I'm gonna need you guys to launch some threes for us. Like, god damn.
I'm really not mad at that lineup for real.
They're just gonna ignore Draymond over here. They're gonna be like, yeah, Mobley, you can go shoot some threes. Jarrett Allen, you gonna stand in that dunker spot right there. Yeah, okay.
All right, y'all. At 58, Chill got Draymond.
I got Draymond.
Who do you have at 58?
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart?
Yep.
Big Ox, who you rocking with?
Thought we already got Alex. Thought we already went with Alex Caruso.
You're going with Caruso?
My vote's a box.
All right, 2 Carusos. I'm not giving it.
That playoff run he went on, Ryan. He went crazy in the playoffs.
I'm siding with Draymond. We just gonna have to run another poll because, yeah, we just gonna have to do that.
Man, Alex Caruso took the best offensive engine we've ever seen. Alex Caruso came and took his big ass and crumpled him up and put him in his pocket.
No,
I had never seen Draymond do that, by the way.
Yes, he did. We saw it. We all watched it.
I never seen Draymond do
that. It was embarrassing. It was actually embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. Caruso's just like that. That's
it was one-on-one. That's what you saw. It was one-on-one.
I saw what I told you I saw.
The greatest defense of all time used Alex Caruso in a gimmick to front Jokic in the post.
Stop using that word.
You notice how when Jokic gets stopped, it's always a gimmick defense.
It's not a gimmick.
Well, that's what you need.
Every time Jokic gets slowed down, the defense is a gimmick. Have you noticed that? When the Lakers did it, gimmick defense. When the Kings did it, gimmick defense. When the Thunder do it, gimmick defense. Have you ever thought maybe the guys just getting stopped?
Yeah.
That's possible. Why
Here's
gave
what
it a
his
gimmick?
problem was.
He out there
His
big ass
problem
looking
was-
stupid.
First of
flopping.
all,
Like, goddamn.
Alex
Steph
Caruso.
gets slowed down, we praise Matthew Dellavedova. When
This
Steph
thing
gets
girls
slowed
go
down, we
wild.
praise the switching defense. Jokic gets slowed down, gimmick defense. Nah, he just got stopped. That's what happened. He got stopped.
He got slowed
by
down
generational defense,
Sure.
using 5 players, helping in the gaps.
That doesn't make it a
Sucking
gimmick.
up
That
the
makes it
passing
team
lanes.
defense. Yes.
Yeah, so I
Team
don't want to hear
defense.
nothing about one guy.
It's like when they
who's
say
6'5".
Jason Tatum locked up Kevin Durant when there was a bunch of help in the gaps.
Jokic
But guess what?
haters
People just
love
say
to
Jason
bring
Tatum
up that,
sucked him. It
like,
is what
they'd
it
be
is.
like, "Oh, Alex
Team
Caruso
defense.
shut down Nikola Jokic." No, he didn't.
Jokic isn't the
Yeah,
first human being
he
ever
didn't.
to see team defense. He's not the first person. He's not going to be the last person to see team defense.
If you want to take it, personally and make it be all sentimental about it, like I can't, those words will never come out of my mouth. But like that's what happened, bro. He was out there. Alex Caruso had this dude trying to post up at the 3-point line, flopping, trying to get foul calls. Nobody with Alex Caruso was around him right there. It wasn't 3 people surrounding Jokic. He couldn't get the ball. Alex Caruso was 6'3", and this dude was doing this. Laying on instead of getting big and pow, putting, getting that forearm up, hitting him in his chest and say, Jamal, give me the ball right here.
He did do that. He did
No,
do
he
that.
didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did do
Yo,
that.
this
No, he
is nasty.
didn't. You
All right,
didn't-
look,
you didn't-
lane.
That's how
He got
come
small.
they was getting
Caruso
that.
is
Fellas.
6'5".
Fellas,
First of all,
fellas,
he's 6'5".
He did do that.
Fellas,
Hold on,
I gotta
Ben,
step
he's
in because
little. I don't care if
Fellas.
he's 6'5" or 6'3". 6'5"
He's
is
Ron
small.
size.
fellas.
Ron is little.
Fe-
All right, come on.
All right, check
come
Check
on.
this out. I ran the poll and I stopped it right at 2 minutes. The poll ended at 50-50. So, Penn, you are going to be the differentiator. Who do you got? Draymond or Caruso?
Caruso.
All right, Caruso is at 58. Fellas, we got 30 minutes left in the show. We got to start moving. We got to go. We got about 15 more names to get through. So let's go ahead and make it happen. Caruso is at 58. Chill. Who do you got next?
50. Caruso was at 58.
You just voted Draymond.
Draymond.
You got
Draymond.
All right, Draymond.
Yeah, I got Draymond.
Penn, you still got Josh Hart?
Yep. Josh Hart till I die. Yep.
Big Ox, who are you rocking with? Notable names: Lou Dort, Trey Murphy, Miles Bridges, Draymond, Josh Hart, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges.
I can get with Josh Hart.
Josh Hart?
Yeah.
All right. I got Draymond. Mars,
I got Josh Giddey.
you got Josh Giddey. I'm not mad at Josh Giddey.
I got Josh Giddey. I do not got Josh Hart. I got Josh Giddey. I'm bugging.
Mm.
You know what? Hey, Ox, I'm going with you on Josh Giddey over Draymond and over Josh Hart.
Uh-huh.
All right. Josh Giddey is in at 58. At 59, fellas. Chill. Are you staying with Draymond?
Draymond Green. Yes,
All right,
sir.
Big Ox, who you rocking with?
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart. All right. I'm still going with Draymond. Mars.
So why leave him come
Mars.
back and
Yeah,
Josh
Mars, you voted
Giddey
for
makes
Josh-
the list?
You voted for Josh.
I can't leave you guys alone.
No, you voted
2
for
minutes.
you voted for Josh Giddey. You
You
was with
voted for
Ox.
Josh Giddey.
Yeah,
Good
Josh
work.
Giddey. I said my vote is not with Ox.
Good
It's
work,
right
Big
here.
Mars.
It's too
Said
late.
it. My vote is not with Ox.
Yeah, Big Mars.
He said Josh Hart. I was like, all right, cool. I can accept Josh Hart, even though I think that's a bad pick. That's cool. I leave for 2 minutes and Josh Giddey makes the list.
Check you out, Mars. Hey, you coming
Yeah,
around.
Mars.
I see you growing.
Hey, chill. I
Josh
stand
Giddey
with you
pick.
from now on. Me, chill. You locked in. You locked in.
All right. Well, at 50,
I stand with chill. I
at
stand with chill.
59, Chill has chosen Draymond Green.
My
Who are
vote
you
is with
choosing,
Chill.
Mars? Or no,
My
he
vote is
chose.
with Chill.
He did chose. All right. Yep.
I chose
Draymond is at
Draymond Green.
59.
Well, I got Josh Hart.
All right. Next. So Penn has Josh Hart. Ox has Josh Hart. Chill. Who do you got?
Said he got Draymond.
He's already on the list. Draymond is
Yeah,
on the
just
list at
made it.
59.
Yeah, he just made it.
Yeah. I'll take Lou Dort.
Lou.
My vote is with Chill.
All right. Lou got 2. It's between Lou and Josh Hart. And I'm.
Aaron Gordon still hasn't made it, right?
No, Aaron Gordon made it. He's at 57.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm. Whoa, here we go. I'm going to go with. I gotta go with Lou. Lou won a championship, contributed. It's a little bit of winning bias, but I got Lou Dort.
Let's see.
All right, keeping it pushing, fellas. Who we got next? Penn is still staying with Josh Hart. Ox, are you still with Josh Hart?
Yes, I am. Wait, Mikal made the list?
No, Mikal hasn't.
Oh, I'm going with Mikal.
Chill. Notable names: Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Josh Hart, Miles Bridges, Trey Murphy. Chat, throw some more names out there. Also, here's the list right here so you guys can see it.
Josh Hart. Let's see. Yes. I'm just thinking about who else. We've already got Paulo off the floor. Was Josh Hart better than KCP last year?
Yes.
KCP better not come on this list.
Okay.
No, but that's Desmond Bane's value. That's what we go trade it for.
Yeah.
Come on, he better make this list. If Jalen Green getting traded for number 8 is not value, KCP
KFC.
best be on this top 100.
Better not be on. I better
He
not
best
see
be on this top 100.
Hey, look,
talking about value.
and I promise you, I know we make the joke. If he's on this list, this is what it's gonna say.
Was Josh Hart better than Jalen Johnson last season?
He wasn't, but how many games did Jalen Johnson play? I don't know if that matters to you. But
I think he played 50 because I think Jalen. No, he didn't.
36,
I think he.
36.
No, that's not good enough. No. Nope.
Because if Jalen Johnson's on this list, Zion's on this list. If Zion's on this list,
correct.
you know. But once again, notable names:
I'll take
Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges, Trey Murphy,
Mikal, Ron.
Mikal. All right.
Yeah,
My votes are chill.
Mikal Bridges.
All right, that's 2 Mikals.
There's 3 Mikals. Ox had Mikal too.
Yeah, 3 Mikals. All right, Mikal Bridges is at 61. 62, fellas. Mikal's off the board. Cam Johnson, Josh Hart, Miles Bridges, Trey Murphy. Those are names that I'm thinking of. Chat, help us out. MPJ, that's another name.
Will Drew get any love on this top 100 at all anywhere?
I don't see why not.
Top 100.
Was MPJ better than Cam Johnson this season?
Games played?
No. He played more games than him.
Way more games, I think.
Than he did.
Michael Porter Jr. played 77 games, averaged 18 and 7. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up Cam Johnson right now.
57 games, 20 game difference.
And he made the playoffs too. Yeah, we're in Michael Porter Jr.'s territory.
Are we?
So people are saying Bradley Beal too.
Cam Johnson better than Michael Porter.
But
minutes played.
Who was better last year? Minutes played,
Cam
playoffs. Hearing Tumani Kamara too, and Jalen Durant.
MPJ.
Is Cam Thomas getting any love?
No.
He played like 25 games.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
MPJ.
Do you see what Cam Thomas said about the rumors or the perspective of him in the league and how like he's empty stats and selfish and all that stuff?
I did.
Yeah, we have to talk about that on Chill with Chill, which comes on Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
By the way,
Saturday at noon Eastern.
Unplugged.
4 o'clock.
Y'all on Thursdays?
Come check us out. Yes, sir. 4 o'clock on the Players Choice Network.
I thought it was Tuesdays. Oh, my bad.
No. 4 o'clock.
This is the show that they're talking about. Oh, not this one. I'm sorry. This show is the one that they're talking about. Thursdays and Saturdays. Y'all be sure to tap in. Set your calendars. Tap in to Chill with Chill.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got one for MPJ. Big Ox, who you rocking with? Cam Johnson, Josh Hart, Miles Bridges, Trey Murphy.
Josh Hart not on there. Yeah, Josh Hart.
Was Josh Hart better than Tumani Kamara this season?
Yes.
My vote's with you, Joe. So
I don't know, man. Tumani Kamara was really good.
Yeah, he was. Josh Hart was better.
Miles Bridges and Trey Murphy getting slept on right now. Both averaged 20. Miles played 64 games. Trey did play 53, but averaged 21, 5 and 3.
With awful defense, which is disappointing as hell, but that's the context he was in.
It's a lot of niggas on this list with awful defense. We talk about Michael Porter Jr.
Well, Michael Porter Jr. shouldn't be on this list. Yeah.
But Josh Hart should be.
Yep. Josh Hart was better than Michael Porter Jr.
That's who you got, Penn? Josh Hart?
Yep.
I got Cam.
Cam Johnson.
I'm not mad at that.
All right.
Awesome.
Cam Johnson is on the list at 62. All right, 63. Cam Johnson's gone. Josh Hart, Miles Bridges. All right, Penn got Josh Hart. Miles Bridges, Trey Murphy, MPJ. Chill. You staying with MPJ?
He was better than Miles Bridges this season.
Hold on, wait. In the last pick, Ox, you chose Josh Hart, right?
Yeah.
Mars, you chose Cam Johnson.
My votes have chill.
So we had two Josh Harts and two Josh Harts and two Cam Johnsons.
Josh
All
Hart.
right, well, I'm gonna just break the tiebreaker. I'm gonna get out one of Josh Hart.
I don't think he was better than Kamara. Was he better than Kamara this year?
Yes. He was considerably better.
On what though? Well, based on what? Real quick, Ron. Based on what?
Creation.
Because I think Kamara affected the game way more than Josh Hart did. Just on the defensive end.
Yeah. Tamani Kamara was a better defender. That's why he made second team all defense. But offensively, it was not particularly close.
Was Josh Hart better than Jalen Green?
Yes.
No, he was. Oh my God.
All right, y'all. Look, check it out. We got Josh Hart at 62. I need votes at 63. Cam Johnson is still on the board. MPJ, Miles Bridges, Trey Murphy.
Yeah, I'll give you more names that were better than Jalen Green.
We have to get through the list. We have to get through the list.
We literally
I'll take
Cam. 18
minutes
to get to this in Super Chats.
I'll take Cam at 60. I'll take Cam at 63.
All right, we got one Cam.
You know what? Josh Giddey.
Two Cams.
He's
already on the list.
He made it already.
What?
59.
Yeah, already.
My bad. Wasn't there?
Which is
Okay.
You said what's his name? Penn from the Bulls. What's buddy name?
Vucevic?
Kobe.
No, I'm good off of Vucevic.
Kobe White. He's still out there. Ox, who you rocking with? Ox and Penn. We waiting for you guys. My vote's with Miles Bridges.
I
can get with that Miles Bridges.
I'm gonna give it to Tyree Eason.
Yeah, Miles Bridges for sure.
All right, we got a tie between Miles Bridges and Cam Johnson. Penn, I'm gonna just let you be the tiebreaker. We don't got time. Cam Johnson. All right, Cam, it is. Cam is at 63, fellas. All right, who we got next? Chill.
Bradley Beal.
Oh Lord.
My votes are chill.
See, y'all voting as a
Bradley
block.
Beals.
Okay, I'm gonna give it.
Well,
Tari.
whoever chill has his 2 votes. That's it.
Okay, so Tari.
All right, he's still going with Tari. I'm staying with Miles Bridges. Big Ox. Who you got?
Miles Bridges.
All right, Penn, you are the tiebreaker. Miles or Bradley?
Miles.
Miles Bridges at 64, at 65. Penn, who you rocking with? You staying with Tari?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Big Ox, you know who you want to rock with? Bradley Beal, Kobe White, Trey Murphy, Michael Porter Jr., Tari Eason. Chat, are we forgetting any names?
Jakob Poeltl.
Nas Reeds, Jaden McDaniels.
That's what I'm
Fred Van Vliet. Malik Beasley.
I'm at Nas Reed right now. That's where I'm going.
I'm not mad at Malik either.
He wasn't better than MPJ.
I'll co-sign Nas Reed. I'll switch my vote. Nas Reed. I'll go with Nas Reed.
All right. Nas Reed got 2 votes. Chill. Who are you rocking with?
Was Nas better than Peyton Pritchard this year?
Peyton should be coming up soon too.
Peyton
should he?
Was Nas Reed better than Peyton Pritchard this year? I'm not sure about that. I do think he was better than Drew Holiday, but I'm taking MPJ at 65.
All right, so you switching from Bradley Beal?
Yeah, I'm gonna take MPJ at 65. Yes.
All right, MPJ and Nas Reed both have 2 votes. I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. Let me see. What did Nas average?
Like 15.
How many games? 80. Oh yeah, I'm going Nas.
Nice.
Nah, I'm gonna go MPJ.
Shout out! Shout out! You know what?
I'm gonna go Nas.
Shout out to the Denver Nuggets. That's funny. My next vote is going to go Peyton Pritchard. I've given up on Tyrese, and I see y'all not going to co-sign Tyrese, and so maybe you'll co-sign the sixth man of the year, Peyton Pritchard.
All right, Nas reads off the board. We got Peyton Pritchard next with a vote from Penn. Chill. Who you got? Bradley Beal, Kobe White, Trey Murphy, Pritchard, MPJ still out there, Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Malik Beasley, and Malik Monk.
I'll take Peyton Pritchard. That's 66.
Peyton Pritchard, that's 2 for Peyton. Mars?
It's actually 3.
Yeah, my votes are chill.
All right.
I got Bradley Beal.
All right. Well, it's still going to be Peyton Pritchard no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pritchard at 66. Big Ox, are you staying with Bradley Beal?
There's a T in Pritchard.
Thank you, Mars.
No.
After the T.
There you go.
Pritchard.
Spell my name right, Ron. Spell my name right.
Pritchard.
Spell my damn name right.
All right. Ox, who you got?
Leak.
I got to go with Tyrese, man. Come on.
All right. 1 for Malik, 1 for Tari. Chill. Who you rocking with?
MPJ.
Mars. MPJ?
My votes are chill.
I'm going to have to go MPJ as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys explain to me how Amen Thompson could be 38 and we're going to get to 70 without Asar Thompson?
Yeah, Min should be 38.
Did he play more?
Miss a bunch of minutes?
Yeah, he missed
Asar played like 10 less games.
But he played a lot fewer minutes.
Yeah, and Amen was just better.
This much?
And a Min shouldn't be 38.
There's not a... Okay, I disagree.
Scored better than him.
Okay.
Played more, started more. Amen's just a better player. But I mean,
I agree. I think we're getting to a point where it's kind of getting.
Asar Thompson was 210th in the league in minutes played.
Where was Amen?
Not 210th.
All right, so come on, we gotta keep it rocking. Wait, hold up. Is Miles Bridges supposed to be on this?
Like so we're clear. Asar Thompson played fewer minutes than
Where's
John
McHale?
Morant.
Did McHale not make it?
I thought we had McHale already.
Yeah, he on hit.
Where?
Where's John Morant?
61, Ron.
In the 40s.
That's Lou Dort.
John made it, right?
In the 40s.
61 is Mikal Bridges.
61 says Lou Dort. See, when y'all was saying Draymond, I thought I was supposed to be McHale.
I got maybe this is 60 says Lou Dort on here on this list. 60 says Lou Dort, and Ron got it all wrong because on the
y'all done messed me up. God
Ron
damn.
on this list.
You see what y'all done did? You see?
On the other list, Ron got each of these dudes up. Like for example, he got Lou Dort on the other list at 60.
Up here debating and rambling and talking about stuff that don't matter, and y'all done messed up the list. You see what y'all done did? God damn.
Of course, this is our fault. Yeah.
All right, but I'm pretty sure we got Miles and McHale both on the list. I'll go back and I'll rewind it and I'll fix it. It's McHale, not Miles. No way, Miles is on there.
Miles
I'll go back and fix it.
We got McHale. That's not the mix up. Miles made the list, but McHale made it like 5-6 spots before him though.
All right, cool. I'll get him on there. Right now we have MPJ though. That's on here. So we got to figure out who is coming after MPJ. We got Bradley Beal, Kobe White, Trey Murphy, Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Malik Monk. Those are names right now. Malik Beasley too.
Nick Vucevic.
That's who you're going with, Pin?
No, I'm gonna keep voting for Tari until y'all agree. But like, Nick
Pin, I don't know if Tari's gonna.
Like,
I highly doubt that Tari's gonna be the name. You could just keep being the tiebreaker though. We also got Nembhard as well, Andrew Nembhard.
I thought Nembhard made it already.
No, he didn't. Remember, he made it.
Remember, we undid it because Dyson was at 45.
Yeah, right. Well, I think we undid it, but still meant to put him back in there eventually. We must have forgot about him.
We that's really what it was. But y'all, who are we rocking with after MPJ?
Andrew Nembhard.
Yeah, I got Nembhard too.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Chill.
Was Nembhard better than Kobe White this year?
And you got to, and we're adding the playoffs too, Chill.
Well, Nembhard already made it. He got enough votes, so we're just gonna go ahead and move on.
That's what it is.
There's a B in Nembhard.
All right, next up after Nembhard, who we rocking with?
Leak.
Ox got Malik Monk. Penn, you staying with Tari Eason?
Yup.
All right, I got Trey Murphy.
Okay, I'll go with Trey Murphy. Boom.
All right, Chill.
So
who you rocking
on
with?
the tiebreaker?
No, I don't know who Chill has.
Kobe White.
We got two guys voting as a block, which is kind of screwing up the list, obviously. So, in order to mitigate that,
two for Kobe White.
It's Kobe White versus Trey Murphy. Ox is a tiebreaker. I don't exactly see the problem with that.
Who you got, Ox?
I think Kobe White had a really good season this year.
Here,
Did we say Zach? Did we say Zach LaVine yet?
Zach LaVine made it a while ago.
Zach
He's in the
LaVine.
40s somewhere.
Okay.
I'm hearing Ty Jerome. That's another good name in this area as well.
Is
In
it?
the 60s.
Yo, stop
Is it
being
really?
a hater, bro. You got one job right now, and it's to break a tie, not to hate. Who you got?
I actually do think Trey Murphy's gun is better, and I think he'll be better this season. But if we're going, just based on this past season, I do think Kobe White had a better season.
All right, Kobe White it is. At 70, Chill. Who you got? Bradley Beal, Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Ty Jerome, Malik Monk, and Malik Beasley.
Fred VanVleet was better than Bradley Beal this year, and I think about it.
Was he?
sure he was. Yep.
Huh?
So I'll go with Fred.
Well, I actually got to go with Malik Beasley.
Ty Jerome was pretty damn good this year as a he didn't start out the year as a good rotation player. He became that as the season went on.
Ox, I'm surprised you're not pushing Keon Ellis propaganda right now.
VanVleet.
He's not getting in right here.
If I'm not mistaken, I think
wasting
Beasley was the second leading scorer in Detroit.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I said I got to go with Malik Beasley. I'm going Malik Beasley all the way right.
It was second and six man. Was second and threes too, right?
And made the second most gambling too.
Well, only behind Terry.
Oh, Miles Turner
only
too.
behind
That's another good name that should be coming up.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah, bro, we don't got time for this right now.
No,
Chill. Who you rocking with?
I'm gonna take Fred VanVleet.
All
right, we got 2 for Fred. Who you going with?
3 for Fred.
3 for Fred.
I'll change.
All right.
I'll change my vote to Fred.
Here we go. Fred VanVleet is 66. Or 70.
Good job, Freddie.
All right, next up.
Austin Reeves is on there.
Ox, are you staying with Malik Beasley?
No, I think
Austin Reeves on here?
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh yeah, he's 49. He's 49. He's 49. He's here. Ox, you're staying with Malik Beasley?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give Malik Beasley a couple picks before I move on. Yeah.
All right, Chill. Who you got?
Did we already get Fred VanVleet on the crew? Okay,
Yeah,
we already got Fred VanVleet on the crew.
Bradley Beal, Trey Murphy, Ty Jerome, Tari Eason, Malik Monk, Malik Beasley, Miles Turner. Those are
I'll take Beasley. I'll take Beasley. Yeah.
All right, Beasley, you are next up. You have a big
There's an
E
in Beasley. It's after the L, but close enough.
All right, who we
Ron,
rocking
what are you
with?
doing, Ron?
I don't know how to spell these niggas' names. Chill, it ain't my last name. It's not my last name. It's not on my birth certificate.
Like this.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, we should just pick names that he can't spell. I'm gonna go Porzingis next up.
I'll go Mamu Kalashvili.
All right, you know what? We just gonna
Yo,
take the
shout
list
outs to
down.
Mamu,
See,
bro.
y'all sure do know how to mess up a good thing.
A Kongwu.
Now that people can't see the list.
Man, I go Mamu Kalashvili.
All right, chill. Who you got?
Is Beasley off the list?
Yeah, Beasley just made
Pick
it.
Mammy,
Just-
chill. Come on.
Nah, I'll take Bradley Beal.
All right, we got one.
If you
for
screw
Bradley
that
Beal.
up, Ron, me and you boxing. If you screw up Beal, we are definitely boxing. If you screw that up.
Mars, who you got?
My verse
got
sounds
Memo?
true.
All right, 2 for Beasley or Bill. Pin.
Trey Murphy.
Trey Murph. Ox.
I'm
And
gonna
was
go
Trey
with
Murphy
D-Rad.
better than was Trey Murphy better than Jaden McDaniels this year?
I like him more.
Ox, who you got?
I'm going on vibes
I'm
straight up.
going with B-Rad.
All right,
And
Bradley
I mean,
Beal.
to answer your question, Chill, yes, he was considerably better than him. He just played way fewer minutes. Jaden McDaniels played 82 games.
All right, Bradley Beal's off the list. We got 3 more names to do, y'all. The 3 names that are some names that I got: Trey Murphy, Tari Eason, Ty Jerome, Malik Monk, Miles Turner. After Bradley
RJ
Beal-
Barrett.
RJ Barrett are you sure you want RJ on the list? The way you was talking about him earlier?
I mean, at this point, sure.
All right. This is what we're looking at, fellas. Next
are we
up,
looking
Pin.
at, huh?
Pin, who you rocking with?
Tari fucking Eason, bro.
All right, Tari Eason.
Y'all not
Chill,
locked
Ox.
in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Chill and Ox, who you rocking with?
Oh,
Ty
give me
Jerome.
one. Whoa.
Malik Monk.
I'll take Ty
Yeah,
Jerome.
I got wait, hold on, because I can't go for that pin. Who you got, pin?
Tari Eason, bro.
Oh shit. Yo, Mars, you need Mars. You gotta wake up, brother.
Hold on, we didn't
Chill.
we didn't get Trey Murphy on the list yet.
I got Ty Jerome.
We got Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy. No, we didn't.
We
We,
did-
went Bradley Beal.
Okay, shit. My vote was Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy.
All
Why
right,
are you asking
Trey.
for my vote twice? You got me
All right.
confused. Trey Murphy.
You said Tari Eason.
I said Trey Murphy first. And then Chill asked me, has he been better than Jaden McDaniels?
All right, so Trey Murphy is next at 73.
Dope.
Now we have Tari Eason, Ty Jerome.
Jordan Poole being disrespected, man. This tough.
He needs to be disrespected.
Jordan Poole.
Oh, that's right. Jordan Poole is not on this list. He next.
Oh,
100% Jordan Poole.
No.
All right.
Yes,
All right.
sir. Jordan
All
Poole.
right.
Yeah,
This is
we got
and
two-
that,
we
and
got
that-
two
and that
for
counts as
Jordan
2
Poole.
votes.
We got 2 for Jordan Poole. Who you
Forgot
got,
about
Pin?
Jordan Poole.
Yo, Ox, what are we doing here? We got to counteract the nonsense
is
that is Jordan
disgusting.
Poole. What are we doing
How is
here?
Jordan Poole nonsense?
Jordan Poole is complete nonsense. Okay.
That doesn't answer how. You just.
I mean,
repeat
who's
it.
left?
Okay, because I said so, it's not an answer. No, it
I'm
isn't.
just gonna go with Malik Monk. I'm going with Malik
Yeah, I'll
Monk.
give you Malik Monk. Boom. There you go.
All right, Malik Monk or Jordan Poole. Y'all, we really don't got time. So, hey, it's Jordan Poole.
What? Oh.
NBA champion Jordan Poole. There's an E.
By the
Yeah,
way.
there you go.
By the way,
All right, we got one more, y'all. One more spot.
Jordan Poole better than RJ Barrett, Nick Vucevic, Tari Eason. This is what you're telling me?
this
Out of
season,
here. Yes, last season, any season. No. Well,
Jordan
not
Poole
any-
better than
not any
Jalen Green?
season.
Jordan Poole better than Jalen Green?
Hey, man, shout out that 20 that Jordan Poole gave us
They're
last
in the
year.
same friggin' tier. But
Sounds
no.
like Jordan Poole needs to be 20 spots higher than.
Fellas, a couple names that we have is Ty Jerome, Malik Monk, RJ Barrett, Miles Turner, Tari Eason. Who are you guys rocking with? I'm hearing Kobe White still.
You know what?
Kobe
I'm
White
gonna give it
hasn't made the
RJ Barrett.
list.
I'm gonna give it to
Jaden
RJ
Kobe
McDaniels.
Barrett because
Kobe White's on the list.
Oh, yeah, he is 69.
yeah, we already got on the list. Yeah, we got him.
I'm gonna give it to RJ Barrett because I think that's something that Ox might co-sign.
All right, RJ
Like
Barrett.
RJ.
Chill. Who you got? Ty Jerome, Malik Monk, RJ Barrett, Miles Turner, Jalen Duren is a name that keeps coming up in the chat. Jaden McDaniels is a name that keeps
That's what
coming
I was
up in the
thinking
chat.
about. That's what I'm thinking about. Jaden McDaniels over Ty Jerome.
J Mac.
You know DeAndre Ayton isn't on the list, right?
Nope, he is not.
Oh my god.
No, that nigga ain't getting my vote.
Just want to let you guys
So ain't
know
getting
that.
my vote.
Oh, iHeart. That's another one.
Aaron Gordon made it on the list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sticking with Leak.
How many games did Malik Monk play?
Doesn't matter.
More than like 7.
Alex, I understand it doesn't matter, but in certain scenarios. But 65, average 17, almost 6 assists.
Oh, he averaged 17 this year?
Yeah,
Nice.
17, 5.6 assists.
Leak was chopping this year.
Yeah, Malik.
He
Y'all
averaged
think
more
I'm
than
just-
Amen Thompson, who's at 38.
Which is ridiculous. I told y'all you shouldn't even be there, but all right.
Yeah, that was Swiper and Chill.
Yo, fellas, we got one more. Chill. Who are you rocking with?
Leak won.
After Jordan Poole. Penn already went with RJ Barrett. We got names like Isaiah Hartenstein, Malik Monk, who's
Ty
getting a
Jerome.
vote. Ty Jerome? All right, Ty Jerome got 2. Chill. Chill, you got Malik?
Mars, for real. Come on.
Wait, so if I'm with Chill, Ty Jerome makes the list?
Ty Jerome is getting busy.
Mars,
I'll go
you got an opportunity.
I'll go Bronny James.
Oh my God, you have an opportunity here with Tamani Kamara. You don't want to take it?
All right, so we got one tie. We got one
Chill. If you go
Monk.
Tamani Kamara,
got
I will
one
co-sign
Bronny.
that with you, just for the vibes,
And we got
just for the
one RJ.
credibility of the list.
Yes, Tamari Kamara.
There we go.
I stand
Yo,
with Ox. I got Malik.
I got Malik too.
Oh, you switched
so-
allegiances.
Hey, y'all can take that and shove it somewhere.
Ooh, that was close, y'all. Damn.
All right, this is what we got, y'all. We don't really got enough time to run everything down, but you could just rewind the list and see where we got. We will be back later this week to finish out the list, 76 to 100. But, y'all, we got a few super chats, so let's go ahead and read them. Appreciate all of y'all for sending them through. Appreciate the Hall of Famers. Appreciate everybody that's a member and that has subscribed. Also, too, I appreciate everybody that has the most XRP points or whatever it's called. And this is the list. Shout out Hunter TV. This is from yesterday. Shout out Hunter TV. You were number 1. Shout out to Tupac Westside. You were number 2. And shout out Masinko. Masinko been coming top 3. See you. I see you putting in work in the chat, Masinko. All right, let's get into it, y'all. We got super chats and we got a few of them. Hunter TV. What do you know? How ironic. He said, question for the panel. What does a 10 out of 10 season for an individual player look like? And how many players in history do you think have one?
10 out of 10 season.
Jordan 91. That's what it looks like.
Olajuwon 94. Shaq in 2000. Curry in 16. James in 13. Giannis in 20.
Bird in
10 out
85.
of 10 and you don't win a title?
Shea this year? Got to be Shea this year.
Yep.
Yes, Shea this year too. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hawaiian
Renji
19.
223.
True.
Renji said, if we are going to base it all on analytics, what's the point in even talking basketball? LOL. Opinions would be completely irrelevant.
That's like the Chat GPT argument.
no,
if you
that's not
want
how it
if you want to stop the rise of analytics, develop better basketball takes. Be better than the analytics, then the analytics won't matter. But if you
Because analytics, basically what Penn's saying is analytics are self-checkout. Like you do it. 'Cause you clearly can't do it. So all right.
Well, it wouldn't make conversations irrelevant. It's just like there would be no need to debate the MVP because you just check the vote. But that doesn't mean you can't debate who the best player in the league is. You can't.
Bro,
debate
there's a
who-
person out there who
my
thinks
God.
Jordan Poole
Debate
is legitimately a top 20 player. I don't need to debate basketball with that dude.
You don't have to. You don't have to
even
debate
need to talk
basketball.
about it.
I mean,
The
it
point
would
is, you
be
can
smart
still have
because he might
conversations.
cook
Yeah, you can still have conversations regardless. Nothing stopping you.
All right, fellas. E-Word sent through a super chat and said, Luka, Jalen Green FC, shout out to Goat Mars.
Facts, man. Somehow he the Rockets' third best player, but he led the 2 seed in scoring. Doesn't make sense.
Alan L said, a min isn't this much better than a sore.
Here.
I agree.
Men's not 38th in the league.
38 to wherever Saul's going to end up is a bit of a reach, but I'm really good though. Second favorite player in the league.
Grandpa Town said 2022/23 Giannis should have got more love. We were only talking about
Serbia.
and
I'm assuming that's Cameroon. Is that Cameroon? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
only
Joel
ta-
and Jokic. Yeah.
we're only talking about Joel and Jokic. Some other players with 31, 12, and 6 on the 1 seed with the second or with his second option only playing 33 games. All three could have won it. It's all about narratives and agendas. Does VORP include defense, or are we just comparing it to offensive player of the year?
It does.
Yes, it does.
Should Giannis have got more love in the MVP race?
I think it was a great 3-person race. I think that's one of the better MVP races ever. I think they got the winner wrong, but I think all three of them were playing at historic level.
Was it about narratives and agendas when Giannis won it in 2020?
No, it was about person winning it.
Was it about narratives and agenda when he won it in 2019?
I wouldn't call it narratives and agenda. I disagree with the outcome, but Giannis's case was quite clear cut.
Will it be about narratives and agendas when Scotty Barnes wins it next year? That's the real.
Nah, he'll just be that good.
That's the real question I want to answer.
He'll just be very deserving.
Okay.
Rasta John said, for real though, someone will watch Dennis Rodman highlights and think bro's in the Hall of Fame because he just dives on the floor for loose balls 5 times a night. I think he meant to say won't think that he's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's way more impactful than that. Way more.
Very impactful. Amazing.
Shout out Dennis Rodman.
Absolutely.
MTHJ301 said, can you use VORP to see who had the best season minus the narrative / biases? Just looked at the top 50.
You can use whatever you want to come to that conclusion. But yeah, you can use VORP.
Shout out VORP. Victory the Great 01 said, big up the panel. Love from that's Nigeria.
Yep.
Oh, and
no, he right. He right. Garbage. Trash. Boom.
Yo, what's the older brother's name on the on press box?
Thanasis?
Corey.
Corey.
Yeah, shout out Corey.
Yeah, Ryan, you should watch the press box.
Hey, Corey, nice though. I'm talking about, hey, sure, that boy know how to work a pocket, boy. I'm talking about who he is a pick and roll guru.
You know who ain't nice? You wrong. Garbage. Trash.
Hey, I'm talking about
hey, Tim, for what it's worth, I don't play in the pick and roll. I'm a transition demon.
Okay, I can get with that. Okay.
Yo,
hey,
Brian,
Tim, we just out here playing rat ball. We just running and gunning. Yo.
just hooping. I'm talking about those are the type of host skills that have me sweating like, whoo. Shit.
Hey, chill. When I tell you, I had a trainer.
I don't want to get in, coach. I'm cool.
So I had a trainer in middle school and high school who used to lose his mind off a rat ball. Look, we'll get done training, doing our workouts, doing our drills and all of that stuff, and then he'll finally roll out the ball and let us hoop. I'm talking about if we get to playing rat ball, we all getting on the line.
Everybody get off the floor. Everybody.
Hey, and when I tell you every single session, we wouldn't go longer than 20 minutes. We on that line.
Get out.
Shout out good old rat ball. Y'all wasting my time. I ain't finna be in here with you young poop butts. All right, y'all. The Trib One said, miss me with the Offensive Player of the Year award in the NBA and the NFL. I want to see 2 all bench teams. If we keep the accolade / contract ratio, then have a special contract for them.
All bench team.
We do have a special contract for them. Don't we call them mid-level exception players?
I
just want to make sure I ain't bugging out.
Oh, maybe.
Doesn't matter, all bench team. And then if you make that all bench team, you get a little boost on your contract. I ain't mad at that. Yeah. The One Real Obi said, just because you play on a good team, don't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. Yeah.
You still have to make the shots. I hate that y'all think because it's 1v1, the ball just goes in.
We don't think that. No, that's not what we think. Kevin Durant was not just on the crew in Golden State. That wasn't just going on. He still had to pull his weight, and he did do that. So no, we don't think. I don't think
more than his weight, but
yes.
I mean, he on weight, but 165.
Exactly, pulled more than his weight. Yeah, more than his
185 run. Yeah.
All right. Before I read Joe Breezy's next super chat, I do want to shout out our Hall of Famers: Dorian Clayton, Kingster, Teddy Hart, Multi Kenny, Worldwide Mace Television, Rav Deer, Minor, Trevi, the Membership King, Cheese, the Chat MVP, Arch, and last but not least, certainly, Joe Breezy sent through a super chat. And Joe Breezy said, if Dame played his whole career with Jokic as the number 2, like Jamal Murray, is he seen as being better than this current version of Dame? is now.
That defense, oh my god. Yeah, I think so. I think he'd be seen more favorably.
I think so.
Way more favorably, to be honest.
From an offensive standpoint, yeah, he'd be in a different light.
They damn near got how many rings they got?
Legacy talks too. They might have 2.
Yeah, they probably still only have 1 ring. But... Although maybe James stays healthy. So
yeah, I'm saying
he was hurt in 22.
Do they lose on OKC this year? You take Jamal Murray out, put in Dame.
Well, James tore his Achilles this year.
Yeah, right. But just, I mean, we hypothetically speaking for the past. So
so we just assuming health too. Oh, because Dame has been hurt.
Speaking of health, you guys stay healthy. I gotta bounce. I'll see
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they could win more than 1. They could win more than 1 for sure.
All right, the next one that I got is from Julius Irving. Julius said, Duncan, 15 defensive teams. Y'all say nothing about that. Bron, 22, all NBA. Y'all don't discredit that. Kobe earned it. You ain't never seen Kobe standing around on D.
Hey, that's a lie. But yeah, I do agree with that first part. No one else's all NBA or all defensive teams gets discredited like Kobe's. I agree with that. But you're not about to tell me what I saw Kobe doing on defense because I know what I watched.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know what I watched.
I ain't see it.
Okay. You better get on YouTube, Bron. Games
YouTube.
are available.
We doing the Throwback Thursday, right?
I'm on YouTube.
Switch it up to
I'm on YouTube right now. Yeah, Mark, the game you chose was nasty, but I'm here for it. But it's nasty. Woo! But I'm here for it. Trust me, I am.
When will we know the decision on that?
By the way, I'm glad you brought that up, Ox and Mars. In case you don't know, this Thursday will be premiering our illustrious Throwback Thursday, where we go into the past and get a blast of a game, and we watch it and we break down all the narratives and dispel the narratives or encourage the narratives that are going on during that game. Now that I say this, it is our Hall of Famers that will be choosing the game that we watch this Thursday. They have a list of games and they will be voting on which one they will choose. Here's the thing. If you are a Hall of Famer, I want to make sure that you get your bid in. You must DM either the Player's Choice account or DM me on our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. Get to me ASAP because you must cast your vote in by Thursday morning. Fellas, you guys won't know what game you're watching until we pull up and the game is just there. But they got some pretty good ones though, Mars. They got the one that you chose actually is on the list. I got to remove it from the list because it's already slotted in, but they got some pretty good games. So we'll just have to see what the MVPs choose. Once again, if you are an MVP member and you're in that group chat, send through the link of the game that you want to watch.
Ron, you're not even gonna let us know what the choices are?
Yeah, I'll throw in some of the choices. So these are some of the candidates right now. That's how you say it, right, Penn? Candidates.
And this for this Thursday, the one coming in 2 days?
Yeah.
Candidates.
Candidates.
We
have 2003 Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Tim Duncan quadruple double.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Larry Bird career high 60 points versus Dominique Wilkins. When Dominique, I think he had like 38 too.
Okay.
1998 Tim Duncan versus Kevin Durant. Their first match, or Kevin Garnett. Their first matchup ever. They both had 25 plus and 10 plus rebounds. We have Game 6 of the NBA Western Conference Finals, a John Stockton Masterclass versus Hakeem and Charles Barkley. We have
game winner. Okay.
Shaq's career high, 61 and 23 against the Clippers on his birthday. John Stockton career high assist, 28 assists.
I would love to watch that game.
Let me guess who chose those 2 games.
What?
Let me guess who chose those 2 last games.
No, these are all. No, these are community. So none of these suggestions are from you guys. These are all community suggestions and Hall of Famer suggestions too. And that was versus David Robinson too. So we get to see David Robinson get busy as well. I think he had like 40 that night.
So my mention to you did not make this list?
No, it's on the list, but that is a solidified game.
Career high?
No, I did not.
And that's a solidified game that's going to happen at some point during the Throwback Thursday. Cool. Just not this Thursday. We also have Jordan 63-point game. We have 2003, 2004 Los Angeles Lakers versus the Orlando Magic, Kobe and T-Mac duel. We have a Dwayne Wade from my man Grillionaire. Dwayne Wade, when he went off, he sent it in Chinese, so I can't read what it is. But him in the finals versus the Mavericks, I think he had like 34 or 35. One of those games.
There's a few games to choose from.
Yeah, but it's one of those games. So those are right now. Those are what we have. I'm assuming some Hall of Famers are going to sit through a couple more games, and then we'll vote. And well, it'll be one of those games. But all right, y'all. Moving along, we got a super chat from the Trib One. The Trib said eligibility for the all bench teams is less than 27 minutes and start less than 41 games. Play more than 65 games. By the way, Lakers in 6. I want Keegan Murray, though. Run it, Ox. The Ruler's Back said, I agree with Mars. Balloon Dior, flawed as hell, too. Super narrative based. Messi should have won all of them, minus the Benzema year from 08 to 23. When was the Benzema year?
2022. It's just I just don't care about accolades. Like I don't. People seem to think like it only applies to basketball. I don't care what other people think. Respectfully, like I'll listen to them, but it's not my opinion. Is my opinion, and my opinion can change based on information
unless
other
it's
people
Chill's
give me.
opinion.
Sure, my opinion can change.
Or swipe is yesterday.
Sure, my opinion can change. Like I'll have a conversation with Ox or Penn or Ron or whoever, and then I can change my mind because like you guys have made good points. But my opinion is not determined by these MVP voters or these Ballon d'Or voters or these Defensive Player of the Year voters. I don't care. Like
what he's really saying is your opinion on basketball matters more to him than the voters. That's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think everyone's opinion should matter more than everyone else's. Like Penn should value his opinion more than he values someone else's opinion. It's your opinion for a reason. It's what you think. What you think should matter more.
I agree, man. Shout out to the Balloon Dior. Eli the Misfit said, Man Crush Monday was yesterday. Penn, Barnes is overrated.
I don't think he's overrated. I don't know how high people rate him besides Canadians. But
Canadians aren't that high on him, believe it or not.
Oh, for it? You're in the minority of the Raptors?
Extreme minority.
Oh, damn.
All right, we got some new members actually. LDog661, shout out to LDog661. Malachi Chapman 1165, shout out Malachi Chapman 1165. These sound like crazy usernames, by the way. Big Monting, yeah. 8711. Shout out Big Monting, yeah. Kanji. Shout out to
Domo, man. Shout out to Domo.
Domo, you in here with your burner, man. I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you. That's your middle name, Kanji. Gunny Elneck said, if you can't win with Dame as your number one, why not take Klay?
Because I'd rather have Dame.
It's a good question.
Fred Vinson has been a member for 18 months and said number 2 in Detroit did not get this grace last season.
He's talking about it from you, Penn.
Oh.
No, that's fair.
Cade be a 6th man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not say Cade would be a 6th man. I said you may figure out at some point in his career if he fizzles out as a top option that his skill set is best suited to be a 6th man. You know who else was a 6th man? Manu Ginobili. So
shout out to him, 4th best shooting guard of all time on your list. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, even higher than Ox. I didn't expect anyone to have Manu higher than Ox. Ox, you suck.
Shout out,
you
Manu.
And you may have Ray Allen on your list. I was very confused by that. But
yeah, the best shooter ever.
Yeah, I was like, best shooter ever on the list.
That shooting guard list was a really hard time for me, y'all. I don't even want to talk about it.
Like I expected a Mitch Richmond. I expected Manu to be high. Not seeing Ray Allen that threw me off. It
was really hard on me, y'all. That was a rough list.
And obviously, I didn't think you was gonna be that petty to leave James Harden off, but
it wasn't me being petty. I had legit logic.
Where'd I have James Harden?
7.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, for you, 7 is actually better than I expected.
E-Word 7567 became a new member. Shout out to E-Word and appreciate the super chat. Zero just vibed and said Mars is in his bag. Military man said, you said you gave yourself a headache?
Yeah, so not happening again.
Well, when you get in your bag, make sure you have some Tylenol in there or something like that. Military Man said, Barnes 50. Y'all are clowns. You're gonna regret this list.
52 actually, right? 52.
Yup.
You clowns. You goofies.
All right, y'all. And last but not least, Jabroni Master. Hell of a picture right there, Jabroni. Jabroni said Mars must be involved or something. Dub energy.
I committed way too much energy today. Tomorrow's gonna be a chill day. Good vibes.
Tomorrow's actually going to be a good episode. But y'all are going to have to pull up tomorrow to see just how good of an episode it's going to be. But today has been a hell of a time, too. Big Ox, Mars Blackman, Penn Barnes. Appreciate y'all.
Penn
See you
Barnes.
tomorrow.
Crazy. Like the
Merry
video,
Christmas.
y'all. Peace.
Like that goddamn video. Press box tomorrow at this time right here. You can see it right there. All right, y'all. We up out of here. See you.